Yep, Charlamagne the guy.
Andrew Schulz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots podcast, back for another week of brilliant idiotness. We are joined by a special guest today. He has an amazing stand-up special out right now that he put out himself because all the people was fronting on him, but he said, "F it." Okay, Ryan Davis is here.
Let's go.
What's up, Ryan Davis?
Yeah.
Ryan Davis is a brilliant idiot. I think he's just brilliant.
I'm a brilliant idiot for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. You get to know me personally, you get to see the idiot side.
That's the beauty of it. Mm-hmm. The beauty of it is when you approach things from an idiotic perspective, but then they hear the brilliance, they're like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting that.
Keep the expectations low.
That's
Very
right.
low.
Okay, that's the only thing low right now because China got 125% tariff.
And it's going up.
Chris is losing his fucking mind.
Chris didn't shake my hand when he walked into that.
God damn.
I swear to God, he didn't shake. But did you shake my hand?
Damn.
Did you shake my hand?
I tried to.
No, you didn't. You tried to give me a fist pump. I extended my hand like that.
I've been having problems. Didn't I? We had a little mismatch in the elevator.
I wish you didn't bring me in it.
What
because
happened?
now
He did the
I
same
gotta-
thing.
So we were in the elevator. He
Yeah.
didn't even speak to me. So I hit the floor that y'all was always like, oh, you're going to Schulz. Hey, my name is such and such. He wasn't even going to speak to me. Then he came in.
Wow.
That's
Then he came in and was going to walk right past Schulz.
America.
I thought you was an ally, Chris.
Yeah, that's what
How
I thought.
you don't speak to black men on the elevator?
Yeah, it is up. You just make money
You
off
thought he
of
was a moped driver?
Nah.
You thought the moped parked outside was his?
I ain't gonna lie, I saw the bag. I thought he was a Uber Eats guy.
Damn.
You do have the
Damn.
crossbody. You got the crossbody.
Damn.
Yeah, we both judged too early.
I also want the record to show I looked around New York City all week because I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Because, Chris talked about how there's a moped problem in New York.
Did you see any mopeds?
I have not seen a moped problem.
Well, what do you say?
In
What do you
fact,
say?
I called Uber Eats today at the radio station. Taylor's my witness. I went downstairs. The person on the moped passed by the building. I called them to say, yo, you passed by. They were like, oh, no, I'm just parking my moped. Respectful, out of people's way, in his lane. As long as you're not jaywalking and you look both ways, you won't have problems with mopeds.
It's crazy when we judge the majority by the minority, isn't it?
Damn.
Isn't that crazy, Chris, when you have one haphazard incident and you just project that across all moped riders in the city?
Can't even say nothing, Chris. You can't even say. Chris thought he lost his phone earlier and started panicking. I'm like, iPhones are gonna be $12,000 at least for the foreseeable future.
Cough it up.
God
Cough it up, Chris.
damn.
We're not playing. We need a camera on Chris. Chris is, you know how I know we need a camera on Chris? Because, Stylebender, UFC fighter?
Yes.
So he hit me up. He goes, yo, send me a picture of Chris. And I sent him a picture. He goes, he's not Chinese? He's been listening to this podcast for 10 years thinking Chris is actually Chinese. We got people convinced you're Chinese, Chris.
He's met him before.
That's why he thought you were Chinese when he met you.
Chris is Chinese.
Yo,
I
keep
told you I
going.
saw people, not as a joke, saying I was a DEI hire, and now that Trump's in, I get kicked off the show.
Isn't that fucked up? Isn't that fucked up that that's how you kept your job all these years? Drinking coffee with chopsticks? I never even seen anybody do something so skilled. I'm like, he gotta be Asian if he can drink coffee with chopsticks.
What do we think of the tariffs, guys? Let's get to it.
Run him up.
You don't mean that.
Run him up.
You don't mean that.
Ain't no way you mean.
I mean it.
Stop.
I'm here for it. I'm here for the discussion.
I mean it.
Talk to me.
Run it up. 'Cause
Okay.
It hasn't affected me yet.
Because you got money.
No, because I tell jokes.
Yeah.
But
Once, you know what I'm saying? Like, if
Yeah.
I had a clothing business, I'm sure I'd be immediately impacted. I haven't bought clothes since.
Microphones cost money, but it affects.
We bought those.
But you're not on tour right now, but it does affect the people who are coming to your shows.
Yes, 100%. I mean, obviously, I'm being hyperbolic, but like, I think what is happening is people who are more downstream, i.e., me, you, we're not immediately hit by. Some of my friends are in the clothing business, and they're like, dude, like, I won't even have a business if there's 104% tariffs. Like,
It's 125 right now.
It went up again since the
It
pod?
went up again.
Yeah.
Because Trump,
Because he paused everybody else's tariffs, but China was trying to act tough.
But you know why he paused everybody else's tariffs?
Art of war.
No.
Use their books against them.
No, because you paused everybody else's tariffs because most everybody else, that impacts the big boys. The big boys probably was like, hey, you fucking with our money.
I think he
The Chinese mess with the smaller consumer.
I think he paused everybody else's tariffs because they all came to the table, and none of them did reciprocal. The only country to do reciprocal is China. So he's like, all right, your shit not going anywhere. I'm going to negotiate with all these other countries, and we're going to freeze your ass out. Because all they could have come to the table, they could have come to the table and be like, you know what, that's right. It is weird that there's no tariffs in this direction and we tariff you. Let's have a fair tariff exchange. But instead, they upped it. Somebody already fucking you, and then you go, I want to make it even,
China
and they
not
fuck you
pussy.
harder? Say again?
China not pussy.
I think it's because we don't get oil from China. I think that's the reason why. It's easier to come to the table about basic goods and not about the thing that's really going to affect the country in a
But
major way.
the basic goods are going to affect us because the regular everyday people are going to be getting hit in the pockets.
Yeah, but he's already elected, so.
But you can't make it worse. If you ran on groceries and making the economy better and making life easier for people and pointing at Joe Biden and the Democrats and saying they're making your life hard, you cannot make nobody's life hard.
But groceries aren't going to go up because of China. We don't buy groceries from them.
Consumer goods will. It's a lot of goods that are going to go up.
We're talking about
Pull up some of the goods.
Talking about clothing, toys, whatever. Like, yeah.
Electronics.
But not
this
groceries.
country, laptops, tablets.
Yeah.
Hair, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of shit that's going to go up. Pull it up, Taylor.
She said hair
Taylor
out
found
of
out.
nowhere.
But she's right. But electronic and laptops, this
You
country.
get that shit from India, Taylor.
Do you see how Chris almost panicked when he lost his phone thinking he had to pay $12,000
I know.
for an
I saw the panic in his eyes.
You know what I mean? He started patting his pockets like, what you gonna do now? Like, here's which grocery store items. Hold on, slow down, Taylor.
I'm not buying no Chinese bananas. Get out of here. Fuck out of here. You never seen a Chinese person with a banana, bro. I'm not buying no Chinese bananas. I'm getting bananas from Central America. That's where
Chris,
bananas are
They're
from.
from China originally.
What?
Bananas are from China originally.
Because they look like a throw.
Yo, what is going on, yo?
That's what nunchucks were originally made out of.
This is racist. Why are you making us think this shit? You know we're not mature enough to have this
Give a
discussion.
blanket. I don't condone all the casual Asian racism. This
But
could-
you're the one
This
promoting
isn't
it.
Asian racism, Chris.
Yeah.
God damn.
You said that.
Chucks and throwing stars are Japanese. I would just.
I never said throwing stars. I said throwing, and then he said nunchucks.
You never got mad at the Ninja Turtles, and they would have been culturally appropriating forever.
Forever. Japanese
And
culture.
Italians. How did Ninja Turtles get away with that shit, yo?
Both cultures. Both.
Okay, the foods Americans eat are part of a complicated global supply chain. Scroll up, Taylor. Let's see.
Well, I just
Appreciate it.
Googled.
No, Google China.
Okay.
China's the only person that
Yes,
got the tariffs.
Ain't nobody
right
getting
now.
food from China, bro.
Bok choy.
Yeah, we'll live without the bok choy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
What about tablets and laptops? That's
We're good.
That's
We're
your
good.
whole
We're
life.
good. Well, you buy one of those every few years. What
Yeah.
the real concern is clothing and these other items, or like screws and a little electronic shit that isn't manufactured here. That's the stuff. But that's also the reason why the tariffs are there. It's like, yo, if we can't build our own submarines, we got to do something about that. If we can't make our own pharmaceuticals, we got to do something about that. We couldn't get a mask during COVID. No, think about that. We couldn't get a mask
Whose
during
fault
COVID.
is that, though?
I mean-
that's America's fault because they want to focus on bullshit all the time. Everybody want to be a star. Everybody wants to be a comedian. Everybody wants to have a podcast. Everybody wants to have a YouTube channel.
Nah, we're doing those.
Focus on some skills.
We just made some wolves.
We did make wolves, the dire wolves. I actually don't think we made it. China made that.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
See what I'm
They
saying?
brought back an extinct species.
Like, yeah, we don't produce anything. That's the other
What do
thing.
they produce?
Who? see, you're doing it again.
What am I doing?
You're doing it again.
I'm not
You
doing
have to
it.
Do it. Chris just told you to stop it.
Fine, we're gonna put a GG pin in it. So come on, Chris, we cooking, bro.
Listen,
We cooking.
what products does China import from the U.S.?
All of the soy.
Oil seeds. You said there was no oil in China, Ryan.
I mean,
Nah, they don't really got. They don't got oil, bro. They don't got.
No, it does. Look,
They don't got
Chad,
oil.
Oh, he's talking.
oil seeds and grains, followed by
Shea
oil.
butter?
Followed
There's
by oil.
no
and
shea
gas.
butter in China.
Look, it said followed by China's top imports from the U.S. in 2020.
Soybeans.
Oil seeds and grains,
Yes.
followed by oil and gas.
Exactly. They need our shit.
Yeah, no, I'm saying we don't import that from them.
Exactly.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
we're low key good. They need us to buy shit.
No,
They
I want
make
the other
shit.
one. Yeah, Taylor, give me the other way around.
Charla, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Okay, we have a saying in America, I don't know if this exists around the world, but the customer is always right? The power's in the customer's hands. Because if you got a business,
I
nobody
agree.
wants to buy that shit. We are the world's customer. We have a $31 trillion consumption habit a year, whatever. 20 trillion of that goes to buying goods from other countries, and we weren't charging them nothing to have access to that wallet.
I would have.
They were charging us.
Listen, I would have no problem with the tariffs if we weren't the ones who had to pay for that shit.
Well, here's the thing.
And I need to know what it is exactly we're paying for before I'm like, okay, this is cool.
I think that's a fair question, but I would pose this to you, right? Let's say, for example, we get these tariffs, and people have made a lot of big deal about this. Like, why is there a tariff on Lesotho or whatever? There's an African nation like in the middle of the Atlantic or something.
Or the place where they got all the penguins.
Exactly.
No humans there.
Here's why. Because what used to happen was you would make some shit in China, they would send it to Mexico, Mexico would stamp it, made in Mexico, and then there was no tariffs from Mexico to America. So basically what they did is they go, all right, everybody's going to get a baseline 10% tariff so that you can't do that little fugazi and find the arbitrage. So there are certain things that like they don't look like they make sense and they're a lot of fodder for headlines, but in reality, I think they do. I think it's all about getting people at the negotiating table. And if it ends up working out, there's a world where like these tariffs that we put on other countries could generate like $750 billion, right? Mm-hmm. If that happens, and then they say, we're going to eliminate income tax for everybody making under $150,000. How would you like that?
It sounds like a pipe dream.
All right.
Yeah.
It sounds like
If they pull it off, though, I'll tour less.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
if everybody making under $150,000 no longer has to pay income tax because that money is generated by the tariffs.
How much are you saying they're going to generate?
There's been some analytics done where it could be up to like $750 billion.
How much do we owe China?
Trillions.
But you're talking about trade deficit. Owing money is not a bad thing. Like America owes me because I bought treasury bonds.
He'll never lower the deficit. He'll never lower the deficit by doing the tariffs. That's just not going to happen.
I don't think they're trying to even pay off the debt. I've never heard of, America going, oh yeah, here's a little bit on what we owe you. It's not
what we do.
It's not what we do at all. It's like, you want to fight about it? No, you don't want to fight? Cool, then we just owe you.
Most people don't even understand like what the debt is. It's like you invest in America, you buy these treasury bonds, and America goes, yo, we're going to pay you back 5% on that thing you bought. Mm-hmm. So debt isn't a bad thing. It's not like they loaned us money. They're investing in America, and then we owe them when that debt ends up. We'll owe them every year this percentage, and that percentage hopefully is eradicated by the growth of our GDP.
Would you like to know the top U.S. imports from China, guys?
Yes.
Electronics and tech, so phones and smartphones, computers, laptops, tablets, TVs and monitors, computer components, everything that's in this room, basically. Alex, you might as well shut WTF Media down. Machinery, industrial equipment, electric motors and generators, semiconductor machinery.
Yep.
That's what U.S. factories damn near rely on. Furniture and home goods, sofas, tables, beds, chairs, lighting fixtures, home decor, toys, games, and sports equipment, textiles and apparel, clothing, footwear, fabrics, yarns, and raw textile materials, plastics and chemicals, plastic containers, kitchenware, industrial plastics, fertilizers, auto parts, tires, engineering, engines, battery parts, medical equipment and supplies. So that's everything from masks and gloves and gowns to surgical instruments, thermometers. Like, what are we talking about?
Nobody else can make that shit.
Clearly not. If they could, we wouldn't be buying it from China all these motherfucking years.
Well,
One, I think, if we get, I don't know, the right infrastructure, a lot of that stuff is replaceable. But two, if you got a DIY
How soon
page,
before this infrastructure gets made, though? See, the conversation that kills me when they talk about it's going to bring manufacturing back to America. First of all, it's going to take several years to build factories in America. Yep. And in 5 to 10 years, it's not going to create no new jobs because it's going to be robots running every motherfucking thing anyway.
But it's more about national security than it is about creating jobs.
There you go.
You need to be able to create your own submarines. You need to have an assembly line. You need to have the manufacturing capability to create the devices that protect you. And if you don't, you're in a real liability when it goes to global war. We couldn't even have we didn't even have masks during COVID.
Whose fault is that?
They made
no. It's America's fucking fault.
So how do we fix it?
That's what the question.
So how do we fix it?
Then?
We have to incentivize.
We gotta be more like the Chinese. We should be focused on discipline.
That's why we're doing it.
We should be focused on discipline. We should be focused on education.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We should be focused on eating healthy.
Yes.
It's really the truth.
They tariff us, so we should tariff them back. That's exactly what we should do.
But
we should do what they do.
That's not going to raise the skill set of Americans.
But why is that so crazy? If other countries
tariff DIY pages.
What does the EI have to do with this?
I said DIY.
DIY?
Yourself. Like everybody,
Okay.
And you can learn carpentry on the internet.
See, that's the problem.
Yep.
You ain't gotta wait.
That's the problem.
The problem
though.
is how you gonna watch it because the tablet's gonna be.
TikTok is done. TikTok is done. Tablets are done. Laptops are done. TVs are done.
You're not going to get a new phone every year. Boo-hoo. You're going to have to save your phone for 2 years, 3 years.
You know what? You would say that after your special comes out on Netflix.
Right.
I don't get a new phone until the buttons fall off.
You done made all your money. Remember when you turn your phone to the side? Now it's like your phone. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean?
Don't tariff China, man. You guys got to take those back, bro.
Don't tariff anybody.
Well, if we weren't tariff, then we wouldn't need to tariff.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't even know what the tariff was until,
I agree.
last year.
None of us know. It's like like fascism.
None of us knew this shit was going on.
We don't know fascism either. We just say it.
I know what fascism is.
But what do you really? I don't. Exactly. If you don't like somebody, they're fascist. Like I called my wife a fascist the other day. I didn't even know what.
Did she deserve it?
Maybe. I don't know. I just said it. It seemed like the right thing to say.
Yo, fascist is like beyond meat for that word though.
What do you mean?
You know the word.
You know the word.
Stop playing. You know the word.
Fascist. Fascist.
You fucking
What type of
fascist.
fascism is
What type
this?
of fucking fascist?
Yo, did you see Gayle King?
Yes.
You
Yo,
saw Gayle drop it
talking
the
to
other day,
Mateo.
yo? Did you see Gayle drop it talking to
She
Matteo?
got too comfy, bro.
I don't think she got comfy at all. Play the clip, Taylor. Did you see this, Brian?
No.
Oh my God, you in for a treat. Do you like 90s? Do you like the 90s?
What in the factory are you talking about?
Whoa. Gee.
So
Whoa.
I love letting people see it with no context.
with no context is crazy. So Matteo Lane's hilarious comedian, man.
Guy Code alumni, Code Gang.
alumni,
What's up, Matteo?
Just sold out Radio City Music Hall. One of the homies, and in his new special that's not out.
Homies. One of our homies is what Schulz said. He said one of the homies. One of the homies. I just want to be clear.
Yeah.
We got to be clear. Okay? Be clear. That's our guy.
Okay, so he's on CBS Mornings, and Gayle King, I guess, saw his special, but I don't think it's out yet. So she's referencing a joke he made in the special with that word, but nobody else knows that she's referencing it because it's not out yet.
Play it
She
again,
probably got
Taylor.
an early.
Play it up because you got to watch it in context.
I'm trying, Gayle. I'm trying to do good work
No,
for you
that's
here. Gayle.
Journalism, though. That's good journalism
Exactly.
on her part.
She's prepared.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only the 3 seconds? Damn, I want you to play the whole part. Because there's another part to it, and I want both
She
of y'all
drops
to...
it again?
No. She's, to your point, yes, she's referencing his special, so she's quoting him, but she does something very important. She asks, what does this mean?
So that's all I need to say.
I thought it made perfect
Right,
sense.
say what I want, and then go. But I don't understand.
what does that
exactly.
mean,
What does it mean? I've heard it a few times.
There's this
Tell me-
word I'm really curious about, guys.
Mateo laughed, though.
I mean, that's such an uncomfortable
Oh, yeah,
situation
nah.
to be in.
We can do that. We're trained to do that.
Yeah.
What?
Laugh when we don't find shit funny.
What did she do? Seriously, what did she do wrong?
Nah, she didn't do anything wrong. Like, obviously, she was called the moment. The discomfort comes from the fact that the special's not out, so people don't know the joke she's referencing.
And the pressure of, there's people who probably want him to check her. And then there's the pressure of, the community.
You can't just
like,
let her
what
talk
if
like
what
that.
if you do? What if he doesn't say anything and then a rapper drops a song? It was like, don't ever let female journalists talk about gay people on. You just end up. It turns into a shit storm. You don't know what to do. The other, journalists beside her got to answer to that shit.
That's right.
They
That's
get
right.
called coons and all kinds of shit.
That's right.
bro.
And I bet you won't no
Facts.
comedian.
It's crazy.
No comedian won't threaten to sleep with Matteo. I bet you.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I bet you he won't threaten to sleep with Matteo.
I'm just saying that is an awkward situation to be in.
That comedian's like, Mateo, I will. Yes.
Me first. Listen, I don't think she did nothing wrong. She was quoting him. That's number one.
Yes.
And she asked a question. And based off the way the joke is set up, because the joke is towards white women. That's
Yes.
a valid question to ask. What does that mean in reference
What
to
is
white
the whole
women?
joke? Can you take us through it?
I wish you guys would have gave me context, y'all. They gave me no context. I still have nothing.
I know. I was
All
like,
I got is Gayle saying it.
The 90s is back, Ryan.
Yeah.
We use that as a drop on the radio.
Word?
Yes.
Yo,
yes.
I'm sorry.
That's a drop on the radio
it's
now.
not.
Yes, it is. Me.
No, you
Yes,
didn't.
because you know me. People always say me and Envy be doing gay stuff.
Yeah.
So it's me and as a matter of fact, it's Envy. Envy goes, yo, did Boosie have his shirt off? And I go, oh, you want to see his nipples? You want to wipe him down? And then it's Gayle King. Play it, Taylor. Hit it.
Hit it, Taylor.
He made me do it.
No, just play it right now. Press play. Press the triangle.
Oh, this.
Yes.
Taylor?
For the drop.
No.
What in the are you talking about?
Now.
And it's the tree at the end.
This, that saves
It's the
it.
tree.
That saves
That's
it.
what makes it a joke.
And they love wood.
Yes.
What is
Yes.
going on?
But that's what makes it a joke, right? You know that. Like,
Of course.
You can't just say the word. You just say the word,
No,
you're wild.
that's you're crazy.
But when you add like the tree at the end,
Yeah, it feels
and you-
scientific.
Come on, man.
It's like geometry.
Yeah, geometry, biology, symmetry. You know what I mean? I don't see the problem
We
with it, yo.
really need education back. in
No, we do.
What?
Because these Chinese, they know how to say that word.
Yeah.
They know how to say
Yes,
that
they
word.
do. I don't have a problem with it, man. Gail's 70 years old. She about to go to space. She like, man, fuck all that.
Say whatever you want.
You know what I mean? It's the era I grew up in.
Question though, if
Yeah, say it.
a
'Cause
comedian,
that's what I'm thinking.
if a comedian
Yes.
has a bit, and then a white journalist goes, "What in the niggatry is this?" Is that your reaction the same way?
Yes.
That's why I like
'Cause
y'all.
I'm
Y'all
consistent.
fair as shit.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely.
I'm
Yes.
consistent.
Lying motherfucker.
Yes.
You are such a lying
Go
ass.
with consistency.
You
Long
are
as it's
Absolutely
consistent.
consistent on that.
That's cap.
I
Long as
wouldn't
it's
give a
consistent.
fuck because I would understand the context. Because you know who's done that before?
Kendrick, when he made the white girl say it on stage.
Well, he didn't mean her to make her say
He
it.
didn't make her
But
say
okay,
it.
I give you
Remember he
some.
forced that
He
innocent
didn't
white
go- he
woman
didn't
into
go
saying the
say
N-word.
I'll give you some.
He brought on stage like, "Here's a song.
I'll give you some
Sing
examples.
it however you choose to sing
Nah,
it."
that's crazy.
People in school would they quote Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah.
Oh, we used to, we used to
wait,
read
man,
that
You
out.
used to look forward to it.
Nah, bro,
You probably raise your hand so fucking fast.
son. I pulled an Elon. No, they would go around class when we were in Huckleberry Finn, and the teacher said, if you want to say it, you could say it. Gave us
what
the
I'm
option,
saying?
and all of us knew not to do it. But there were
black guys in your class.
no, I was in public school. Of course there were, but there were kids that just came to America from Asia that didn't know the rules.
Oh, hilarious.
So we just counting the paragraphs of the thing and seeing when it's gonna hit one of the Asians that barely even knows English. And bro, when they would hit that shit, and keep in mind, remember Huckleberry Finn is written in like slang.
Yes.
So they saying
Yes.
it like Jim.
Yes. Yes. Did anybody get offended?
I don't know, bro. We were laughing our
But
ass off.
but you gotta know
was-
that they're quoting Huckleberry Finn. You know who else has done that? Go back and watch some of those Senate
Biden.
hearings. Biden in the Senate hearings, quoting people, saying the N-word, and not saying it in a Huckleberry Finn way or a joke way.
Yeah.
Like,
Legislators in defeating the Nunes plan in the basement said, quote, "We already have a nigger mayor and we don't need any more nigger big shots."
so I don't have a problem if you're actually quoting somebody, personally.
What if
Like,
you're quoting a lyric from a song? That now we're getting into tricky territory.
That's when it gets iffy.
gets iffy.
Why is that any different?
Because you've heard the song enough to know that you probably shouldn't say that.
What?
See, that's why I don't. That's why
The music is
I
slipping.
say-
Music
that's
is a
why I'm
slippery
no across
slope.
the board on everything, man.
Really?
I'm not. Listen, not like the only people that I feel like should be able to say whatever they want to are comedians. Everybody else, you don't.
Fire.
You don't. Yeah,
I like that one.
You
That was
don't.
fire.
Yeah, you don't possess the skill or the know-how to navigate this minefield. Because a lot of times y'all aren't thinking about it. We have to consider, if you're a good comedian, you're considering the audience whenever you're creating the thing that you're about to say. Most of the time.
I'm glad you said that because I think that comedians often forget about us, the consumer. You have to have the mind state to understand that anything potentially can be funny if somebody can craft it in a funny way.
Yes.
If not, you just have a bunch of motherfuckers offended all the time.
Yep. Facts.
Like, I watched this Gayle King thing at least 700 times.
Can you play one more time?
Because it is
I forgot
hilarious.
it. I already forgot it. Play one more time.
What in the
She said it so.
Have that ready to go.
professional.
She practiced. And there's it was too clean. It was too clean. She was waiting on her moment.
Imagine Gayle saying that to Oprah.
Yeah.
And you know, they both a little up in the age now, so Gayle's like, Oprah, you gotta watch this special. He asked this question, and he said, what in the, and Oprah's like, he said what? And so she gotta keep repeating it over and over until Oprah finally gets it, and then when Oprah drops it,
It might be, that word might be officially back if Oprah dropped it.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it'll be a thing.
What
For
in
sure.
and you know why another reason Gayle can make that joke is because the joke isn't towards anybody in the LGBTQ community. It's towards white women.
But you know the irony of the whole thing? It's a joke made toward white women, and then Gayle says it, gives it to Oprah, then Oprah says it, that makes it cool for white women, and they forget that the joke is about them.
And they start saying it.
And they start saying it.
Damn. That's some good irony. You know what else is good irony?
What?
They've been saying that Gayle and Oprah part of the LGBTQ community forever, so therefore she has the right to use it. Isn't that the rule?
Crazy. I didn't even see that.
Isn't
part.
that the rule?
Did she just come out?
Yeah.
Did she come out without even realizing? Was she so
She
comfy
has
with
that
it?
defense in her back pocket the whole time. Wait till they come after me. I'm going to show them.
Well, she would have to say scissor tree. Scissor tree. She'd have to say scissor tree. It'd be
Scissor tree.
It'd be scissor tree. Wouldn't it be scissor tree? It wouldn't be scissor tree?
It would be scissor tree.
Scissor tree?
Why are you that R whooping his ass?
It
You gotta
is.
let him get
It is.
I wasn't even
Yeah.
going. See,
Scissor
I'm from the
tree.
Carolinas too, so
Scissor
I
tree.
hear it, and I'm just like,
Scissor tree.
He's scissor tree. He keeps talking about the singer. He refuses to put the R on the motherfucker. I kept listening. I was like, he gonna get it.
Oh, what else we got, Taylor?
Yo,
What else
nothing
we
is gonna
got,
beat
Taylor?
that, man.
What
Nothing's
do you
gonna
mean?
beat that.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You can always go back to the tariffs.
Yeah.
Chris
should-
really pissed
that's
off
what
about
they
this.
should do. They should-
As he should be, though.
No, I get it. But what if they just tariffed those words? Like,
That's
what if
exactly what I was about to say. Would you pay it?
that's the thing? Like, if there was just a little tariff, it goes to support, you know,
the community.
exactly.
That
You know how much? Listen, Jeff Bezos. Let me tell you something. Jeff Bezos.
we might get reparations that way.
Yo, you gonna make a
They wanna say
lot
niggas
of
so
money.
bad.
That might be really.
You go to a concert and you just pay a fee for one time to say at the
Yo.
concert.
Whoa.
Bro.
You would have to look at every artist's set list, though.
Yeah.
Because you would know when the
Get your
N-word
money's
is
worth.
coming up. You know
Get
what
your
I'm
money's
saying?
worth. Yeah.
Ooh.
But it's one flat rate. $100, you can say whatever you want.
I don't want to use it, though. I don't.
No,
I
no,
just
no,
like
not that
hearing it
way.
in that context.
I'm thinking about reparations, bro.
Yeah.
You just put all the rappers on tour for 5 consecutive years.
Yep.
And have non-blacks pay that tariff to sing it along
That's it.
at the concert.
That's it.
We should have reparations sold up in 5
You would. You'd have everything you want.
I think
Trinidad
we
James.
could. Yeah, right. All
Trinidad
gold,
James.
everything. Yo.
You know what's so
Why
interesting?
was that so quick for you, though?
I just knew it. I've been waiting for this moment.
Yo, it's like I'm always impressed and then curious at the same time. Because
It's just so many in a row.
I'm
Ryan,
black,
it's
and
so
I
many.
couldn't think- yo, it was so
It's
many.
3 in a row.
No, it's only 2 I really think about.
No.
Yeah.
YG.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying in the Trinidad James song, it's boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
You
it
never
was- yeah,
thought
that
you
was
could do
crazy.
3
That
in a
was-
row.
Yeah, that was crazy. That's
3 in a row.
Yeah, there's so much. It's so much
You
N-word
never
in that.
thought it was possible 3 in a row.
No, you gotta
Some
put
sort
tree
of
on that.
mathematical miracle.
You got to put tree on that.
Yeah.
Nah, for real. That is N-word tree for real.
That is.
You know who,
Yeah,
you know
that
who
is.
created that word? Uncle Ruckus.
Oh yeah, powerful nigga tree.
You all testicles and no shaft.
Oh,
What
yeah.
happened to your shaft?
There's
Robert?
powerful niggardry at work here.
There's a
Going
powerful nigga tree at
Shout
work
out to
here.
Boondocks, man.
Yeah.
Saying?
All right, shout out today's sponsor, Sheath Underwear, the only drawers on earth that separate your boys like a TSA line at JFK. All right, let me try it again. Shout out today's sponsor, Sheath Underwear, the only drawers that can separate your boys. Like a convertible ride with JFK.
Jeez.
I like that one.
If you listen to my special, you know about the struggles that I went through to get my wife pregnant because of my sperm. Who's agreeing with this copy, man? This is great.
Yo.
Why are you laughing at me, Taylor?
Yo. That's
Yo,
crazy.
Taylor.
That's why she said that. He didn't even understand. She was like, "This was for show."
Taylor, I need to get paid extra for this ad.
Yo.
This is where Sheath comes in clutch. They got this genius dual pouch design. One for your schlong and one for your sack, so the boys don't sit on each other stewing like they're in a hot tub. If you put these on, it'll feel like your sperm started swimming laps, bro. Take my word for it. Take my word for it, okay? So if you're trying to boost your comfort and maybe your count, get Sheath. Stop cooking your balls in those sweaty ass briefs. Taylor.
You know what my favorite
Hold on.
Go
to sheath.com. Use the code IDIOTS at checkout for 20% off your order. That is sheathunderwear.com. And use the promo code IDIOTS at checkout for 20% off your order. Your balls and your future kids will thank you.
I couldn't even tell you were reading.
Oh,
that
really?
was so legitimately the way you speak. I was like, it reminds me of when white people write hood movies. It was like somebody black was like, what is a white guy sound like in this situation? That you read it. I was like, that's great.
Sean, you want me to do this one?
It don't matter.
All right.
Knock
Hey,
it out.
guys, have you ever been to the dentist? Do your sperm not swim well? Anyway, while they're cleaning it, every ad, no matter what. Okay. Guys, this episode has also been brought to you by ZocDoc. Have you ever been to a dentist who wants to chat with you while they're cleaning your teeth, or a primary care doctor with a literal 6-month wait to get in for a visit, or drove over an hour to see a specialist in your insurance network? Well, I'm here to tell you that you don't have to settle anymore when it comes to finding the right doctor. With ZocDoc, you've got options. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about booking in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, primary care to urgent care, and more. Once you find the right doctor, you can see their actual appointment openings, choose a time slot that works for you, and click to instantly book a visit. Appointments made through ZocDoc also happen fast, typically within the 24 to 72 hour range. That's amazing. You can even score same-day appointments. I'm telling you, this is absolutely incredible. If you ever had some sort of medical issue and you need to go to get it checked out, it could be months. You probably end up dying. So what you should do is do this. Stop putting off those doctor appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/idiots to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That is ZocDoc.com/idiots. ZocDoc.com/idiots. Now let's get back to the show.
You are how old? What does that mean, Taylor? Oh no, go. You know what? Since we're here, since Ryan is here, go scroll up. Faizon Love responds to Ryan Davis.
Oh,
Pop's tripping, man.
Ryan Davis.
no.
Ryan Davis spent $150,000 on his special. Clap that up. You
Let's
know what
go.
I'm saying? Spending his own money. I believe in that. You bet on yourself.
Yeah.
Netflix denied your special. Is that the only place that you shopped it?
Man, we shopped a lot of places. Andrew will tell you, there's a lot of bad deals out there.
A lot of bad deals.
There's a lot of bad deals they'll offer you out here. And then disguise it as opportunity.
Break it down.
How about we take this thing that you created, that you financed and everything.
For free.
For free. You bring it to us, and then you tell your fans, and then you bring all your fans over here, and then we'll charge them and split the money with you for them to see it.
Oh, wow.
It's hilarious. Like YouTube doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Patreon
that's
doesn't
like-
exist.
Like Patreon doesn't exist.
Well, it didn't, and you got to give my guy over there props. Before
Oh,
shows,
yeah.
it didn't, because people were afraid to take that material and just kind of
burn it.
I don't want
It
to say
felt
give
like
it away,
burning
but that's
it,
what it felt like.
You are
yeah.
burning it. You
Yeah,
are burning
burning
it.
it.
Because you can't tour it.
No,
You got to
can't.
have a new set. So you give away that set, and now you're looking at I don't know how long it takes you to generate material, but 6
Takes
months,
minute.
a year.
Yeah, it takes a minute.
Yeah.
This new set, this new hour that I'm touring right now, it took about 6 months
Yeah.
to get it. Yeah, people don't understand. You do, once you put it out, it's dead.
Done.
So while you're building it, I like to keep half before
Smart.
they see it. Yeah, and then I start the next half until I phase it out. But once it's out, you can't use none of that because the people are coming to see you based off of seeing that. So a lot of people who have saw my special, and I was like, oh, I want to go see him, but I don't know if it's, no, once you see it's dead.
Yeah, it'll be all new. But not everybody does like that. That's the problem. And that's why some comedy fans are disillusioned because they go see somebody special, then they go watch them live and they're doing half of the special. And it's like, I get why you'd be frustrated with that.
I just paid you to see what I just saw at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do my fans like that. I wouldn't do anybody like that.
Let's hear what Faizon had to say, Taylor Gang.
I don't know why he was so close.
Young Ryan.
What's up?
The only reason I'm doing this because I think you're funny and smart. But it looks like you're begging Netflix. Listen, keep doing what you're doing. If you build it, they will come. Okay? And it's not just Netflix. It's not them. It's the world. The world is what you want. Your audience is building. Netflix wants your audience, so they'll exploit you. They'll exploit you in enough time. But yeah, no, brother. I think your culture has a misconception that just because you do a special, it's special. It's not. A lot of these guys, they're not saying anything. I mean, Eddie Murphy, Bill Cosby, Richard Pryor, oh my God, George Carlin. They had quotables, and they didn't have very many. Richard Pryor had 3, and he created the whole special thing. Bill Cosby had 2, maybe. Eddie Murphy, 2. Just because you do, a lot of these guys do these specials and they're just disposable. I can remember, I could do all Eddie Murphy's. Ice cream! Woo! It's so many quotes of Bill Cosby. Daddy made chocolate cake. It's so many. A special is exactly that. A special. Kids are going to ring it out. They're going to say it at school. People are going to say it at water, at the water cooler. It's not just hey, like day. It's a thesis. So just keep what you're doing. Listen, Dave Chappelle, who's a great comedian, I was on him. I'm like, that shit you doing ain't no special. And then he hit him. He hit it. Ask Dave. I was fucking with him like, yo, bro, no. Not the goat, maybe a sheep. But no, Dave, he did the Sticks and Stones. I mean, it was a couple of them. I was like, wow, I was impressed. But whatever. It's just work. I've been doing this 30.
All right, listen, I got some thoughts. Number one, I totally agree with him with the whole special thing. I talk about that all the time. Like, what makes a special? How do you make special? But I never thought you was begging Netflix. I never got that impression from you at all. Like, in no way, shape, or form.
Because I wasn't.
Yeah, I never got that.
But one, I think, usually when Faizon is addressing somebody, it's typically negative. That was him being positive.
It was productive,
So I do appreciate it. So when I be like, Pop's tripping, it's because people think I look like this. So
I can see that.
Yeah, they say, thank God I've lost weight. I don't hear this much. But whenever, the thing is, I was never begging Netflix. My whole point was, I felt like they turned this down, but look what it does when I give it straight to the consumer. I believe that it was something that they really wanted to see.
Yeah.
That was my point. My point wasn't, I'm saying this for Netflix to come around and make an offer. I had made up my mind.
Yeah.
I was giving it to the consumer. And once you start sharing it with the world, they're not going to want it anyway. So that's not what...
It's not how it works.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think people understand. Mm-hmm. And my issue wasn't... I think people are getting... misconstruing the type of person I am. I'm a comedy snob, just like Schulz is. That's why I know me and him will get along forever. I just want the best products to be out. The reason, and then when he was like, a special. Well, if you watch it, you'll understand that my material is special. I'm not just going out. I didn't just drop an hour. I wouldn't spend that much money.
If it was just an hour.
If it was just an hour.
Yeah.
I would go get the cameras I already have in my house and just set them up in the comedy club and put it out.
Yeah.
Like the reason I spent so much money into
And this is before tariffs.
Yeah, this is before tariffs.
Yeah. This is, so you spent the money.
And so, no, it is special. But this is the funny part. Like, I've been putting clips out from the special. All of them are doing over 1 million views on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. So don't tell me it's not special. I don't even have the following that means that I'm automatically supposed to get this many views.
Yeah.
It's getting shared like that. The comments are saying this is brilliant. This is the best interpretation of this joke ever. And that's what special is.
The world is so fragmented now, I don't even know if you could ever have that general consensus feeling of one special.
That's what I'm saying.
Like back in the day when we saw Raw and Delirious. Like,
fame is different now.
Yeah, it's more niche.
Yeah.
The thing that you're into, you're going to have a more specific option. Where back in the day, you got 8 specials a year. And like you had to hope that your comedy tastes matched up with one of those specials.
Yeah. Or imagine if there was a platform here. Because back then, there was 4 channels?
Yep.
On
and
TV.
One of them doing comedy.
Yeah, and one of them doing comedy. So everybody was forced to get their comedy through this one space.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we was watching specials on VHS tape. I saw Delirious and Raw on VCR.
So like if my special came out and it was the world's only option to see it, I would stand on that most people would love or would appreciate my body of work. That's what makes it special to me.
I agree with that. It's funny, right? Because it makes me think like, and don't get me wrong, I think all of that stuff that he named was special. I don't remember the Cosby ones that much though. But
himself.
If you go back and you watch those now.
That's funny not to remember the Cosby.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I tried to let it slide.
Shit at all.
Well, what did you drink when you watched it? Not remembering that.
What?
That's nuts.
I don't remember. I really don't remember the Cosby stand-up special.
Yeah.
What was the Cosby stand-up special? Seriously,
Cosby was known for albums. He released a lot of comedy albums.
But himself is his best body of work.
Don't feel bad, dude. He has that effect on people.
What do you mean? Hold on, I'm serious. Did he really have that? I really don't remember
83 himself.
I don't remember none
But
of
the
them.
albums were a big deal.
Yeah. His albums are gigantic. But
You're in the best possible situation now, like after the success and the continued success, hopefully, of it, because like most comedians don't know how much they're worth or how much a special of theirs is worth. And this is what I told everybody like after I did it. It's like now I have a number.
Yeah.
Like I have a number that I know I can generate. So that's what I'm worth. Like I know what I'm worth. Like when you don't put out yourself or not willing to sell it, you are worth what people offer you.
Yep.
But now you know what you can generate. So they got to beat that for the next one. Unless you want to get their eyeballs, which is also,
which is
valuable
what
too.
I wanted. It's just, I feel like, look, this is just to cast a bigger net to see. That's what I'm saying. It's not like we had a conversation of they weren't offering me the amount of money I wanted.
Yeah.
I would have took the L.
Just to get the exposure.
Just to get the exposure. So it wasn't, you know what I mean? That's why it's not like, I think people don't understand. This was all like, it was all business. What made it feel kind of personal is whenever like I did the Netflix as a joke festival and there were representatives there and then they were like, oh my God, this was so hilarious. It was good to finally see you. What do you mean finally see me? I had something on your desk for 6 months. You didn't watch it?
Nope.
That was the part that I had a problem with.
Yeah. But I'm sure they get a lot though. I don't know if I'll take that person.
It's cool, but it's not that. Just be like, we're not accepting anything right now. Because once you hold it for 6 months, there's a shelf life on some of these jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And whenever now I gotta go and wrap my mind around shopping at other places again too, and figuring out what we were going to do and everything.
You should always be shopping at
but that's why that's a mistake I realized I made too.
You don't got an offer until you got 2 offers.
Yeah.
Like
Your first deal wasn't even with Netflix, right?
No, Amazon.
Yeah.
But the like even with the Netflix one, like I had another offer from just to open it up to everyone. It's like I had an offer from Netflix, then I had an offer from another streamer. There was like way more, and then Netflix didn't want to lose me out, so now they're like, okay, we'll
match
do
it.
that. Yeah. So. Like to me, like that's what I've realized is like before I would be hurt by that. Before I'd be like, why'd you give me this? You're telling me I'm worth that. They don't even care about the number. It's not even like they're not even tripping about paying you more.
Yeah.
What they're not going to do is pay you more than anybody else is willing to pay.
Yeah.
You should never take business personal because
I didn't.
I'm just talking about in general. Netflix has a job to do. Their job is to get the best possible product for the least amount of money possible.
Facts.
That's just a fact. And it's your job to negotiate the best amount for you. My guy John O'Brien says something that I really believe. He says that everybody should leave the deal feeling like
they got fucked.
They got fucked a little bit.
Yeah.
Both parties should feel like, damn. And that's how you should walk away.
That's a good deal.
Yes.
Good
when
deal.
both people walk away, it's like, damn, man. That's a good deal.
Yeah.
If somebody walks away like, got him.
Because that means you went as low as you wanted and they went as high as they wanted.
That's right.
Yeah, so that makes sense. But you're in the best position right now, I'm telling you. Like, you have the number. None of these other motherfuckers got the number. Like,
They have no idea.
they're on a TV show or something, they think that they're worth something, and then they have to convince the company they are, and then maybe another person comes and makes an offer.
And they want to see the number. Any conversation that I have after that.
Oh, of course.
They definitely want to know the number. And
It's on Patreon now, right?
Yeah, it's on Patreon. Every time I go check it, I just smile, man. I just smile because I knew I was right.
Wow.
But tell them the number. Tell them the number.
I will when we're done.
Yeah. Like on the next negotiation, you just tell them, like, and then you say, look, I can't do it for any less than this because this is what I can make on my own.
Yeah.
It's like,
You did it both ways, show. Okay.
And this is the crazy part. That's the first time. Your profile raises after so this is what I generate, but this isn't the estimate of what I believe it'll generate the second time around.
Absolutely.
Because now my audience is bigger.
you just need another offer. Once you get one, then you got to shop it with somebody else. Like, it takes 2 offers to get a great offer.
You've done it both ways, Schulz. Which was more beneficial to your spirit?
The first one was probably the most beneficial because it was like standing on something. And then,
And I think it was most beneficial to your career.
yeah, 100%.
Because it was like I don't know, it was like a take back my power. It
Yeah.
was like the art meets,
Yeah.
art
That's what it
means
was
more
for
than
me.
you, corporate America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And I think people got behind that too. They were like, this is at a time where I think people felt like comedy was more censored. Obviously now we're not at that time anymore. You can say whatever the fuck you want. But at that
See
time,
what Gayle King just did.
say Gayle's out here, bro.
You can name your next special that,
my
right?
favorite comedian.
About it.
But yeah, so like that was fun and people galvanized behind that. But yeah, there was a lot of growth behind that, which was awesome. Like, because remember, after that, I come out of that and then I start doing this tour, which was kind of crazy. And then Netflix, like there was another part of me was like, yo, let me just do that shit on YouTube again. And
Really?
yeah, because I love the access to all the people. And I had a conversation with one of my buddies. He goes, what's the biggest search engine in the world or whatever? What's the biggest streaming platform in the world? I go YouTube. He goes, what's the second biggest? And I go, I don't know. He goes, Netflix. And he goes, so why wouldn't you also want your stuff on that one too? It's like you're already on YouTube.
It makes sense.
See if there's some people that don't know about you over here.
That's what it was for me. I just wanted to cast a bigger net.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, but I'm going to tell you also the thing about YouTube that's interesting that I found out is whenever you try to take the power into your own hands, people have grown so accustomed to getting stuff for free that you have to fight that now because people who are looked at as bigger than you, like an Andrew Schulz, have given it to me for free before. So now, or they're like, we'll just wait him out. He'll put it up here eventually. So I have to deal with that too.
Yeah.
And then, so it's interesting. And you got to look at it this way too when you're going against the streaming. So brand recognition is so huge to just people. This is like 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying is a classic.
Absolutely.
But if he was selling it to you at a gas station versus having to roll out from Interscope, would you have bought it?
Yeah, there's a validation thing that goes here. Yeah, go.
You're not wrong, Ryan, but there's a but. because he was giving us that type of quality before the rollout from Interscope. It was all of the mixtapes. It was
Right.
50 Cent is the Future and the whole G-Unit mixtape run that we were buying at the gas station.
Right, and the comedy connoisseur knows who I am.
You're trying to bring
I got you.
Would get that mixtape from him, but
I also
the
feel
general public,
And then it introduced him to a wider audience.
yeah, they would just go. Some dude at a gas station tried to, and then the hip hop fan is like, "That's 50 Cent."
Yeah.
That's what like. So now I got to deal with who is this dude crying about Netflix, and then people going, "You don't know who that is."
So when you come out with your next special, if it's on a streaming platform, there'll be people like, yo, who is this guy? He's funny. And the other motherfuckers be like, you don't know who the fuck Ryan Davis is?
It's part of it's part of your journey. It's like
it's just the journey.
if you're a wrestling character, it makes perfect sense. Like now you're the babyface. You need a heel.
Yeah.
You know, the babyface is only as good as the heel. Right now, the heel is this situation where it's like you have this beautiful special that you put your money up and then nobody's giving the opportunity to put it out. All right, I'm going to put it out myself. The people rally around a babyface. All right, now you already did that. So next one, it's like, what are we going to do? We're going to go back to those same people that rejected me and then make them pay you 10 times the amount? Now you got another heel. What's the next one? But yeah, it's all wrestling, man.
Even when you go back, right? Even this, let's say after the success of this, and anybody who denied it comes back, and I make them pay 10 times that, there'll still be people who be like, he sold out.
Oh, but
he should have just kept it independent.
Welcome to success, my boy.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. There is no right answer to
people got
whatever. They will find a way to make you
absolutely.
Yeah.
They got upset at me for putting it on YouTube after I told them I was going to put it on YouTube. I said to everybody, there's this video I have out. Like I said on the podcast, I posted it on my Instagram. I'm like, yo, if you guys can't afford it or don't have the money, I said, steal it. And if you can't figure out how to steal it, it's going to be up on YouTube.
You did say that because I remember that's when I bought it.
So respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah.
But and there are people even to this day who be like, he scammed him out of it. How can I scam if I told you to scam me?
Oh, they were mad because they feel like they already paid for it, but then you gave it to people for free?
Like every movie you watch.
Movie in the world.
Like every UFC fight we watch. Every single, it's like, anyway, but this is the thing with success is, I think where a lot of that might have come from is, and I have empathy for someone who did, for whatever reason, didn't catch that thing. I do have empathy for that person. But I think there's also something like, I went out and I was like, yo, the numbers were crazy. And people don't like hearing about your wins.
Yeah, that's why I don't speak on, because people want to know. They're like, how'd it do? Did you get your money back? I was like, that don't
We're doing all
matter.
right.
Why does that work for rappers but nobody else?
Because we don't believe them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't believe them. Also, they say they'll kill us.
Rappers can brag. If you rappers can be like, I'm the best rapper ever. If I get on any platform, like I was just on Gilbert Arenas' joint. I was like, I don't think nobody's better than me. They were like, who is this cocky bastard? I was like, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
I love Muhammad Ali. I love Floyd Mayweather Jr. I love
They all say the same shit. Yeah.
All the people who I admired were confident like that.
But it was after they got their wins.
No.
There's only one person I can remember who said it early.
Who?
Well, two people. T.I. and Lil Wayne.
And I love both of them.
T.I. said he was the king of the South when everybody was like, huh? I loved him.
Yeah.
So and to your point, being that I love T.I. so much and I listen to all his mixtapes and I'm serious and all that, when he said it, I'm like, you motherfucking right. Y'all must not listen to T.I.
Yeah, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z said, who's the Biggie?
Who's the biggest
Jay-Z and Nas. Like, yeah, nobody was saying that.
At that time, though, it was
First album.
Second
album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
what
people were
nobody
like,
said.
oh, wait, what?
Wait, nobody said that. Yeah, you're right.
No, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, I think people forget that this is how I view it. If I say it, it's out there. I've said it. Now it's up to me to make it, come
Real.
to fruition. Yeah. Like, if I don't make it come to fruition, then I didn't do my part. It ain't your job to tell me who you think I am and what I'm not. I'm not listening to you anyway. Nobody gets on stage and does comedy because they think people believe in them. That's not how that works. That's not anybody's start to comedy.
I want to be cocky, man. I wish I could be cocky, yo. Every time I try it, it don't feel right.
All right, let's try it.
I can't. They don't even feel right.
Talk some shit about the tariffs, but cocky though.
No, because I don't believe in the tariffs. What you mean? Like, I don't believe in the tariffs.
So when it comes to the space that you occupy, you know, when it comes to radio, right? You don't feel like you that nigga for real?
No.
Stop.
Excuse me?
You be mad. See, he just wants to hear himself.
Well, I wanted to say that's why I went
90s
there.
confine and everything else. You have all that
That's
cockiness.
different. I'm confident in my looks. I am extremely handsome. Okay? This has nothing to do with
you
what I'm
really
talking about.
struggle with this, Charlamagne.
No, the handsome. I know I'm 90s
that is
rom-com.
crazy
That's
how you
nothing. I'm talking
struggle
about
with
everything else. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'll get there one day.
I can see you cannot find the grass, huh? you can't find it. That's crazy.
Mama Taylor.
I see it now. It's very tough. I heard his voice trembling.
What else we got, Taylor? Give me some by all means necessary. Give me something good. What we got?
We got an Ayo.
What's the Ayo? What good?
Damn, Taylor. Damn,
Why you
Taylor.
not logged in, Taylor?
Damn, Taylor.
Why you not logged in, Taylor?
They logged her out.
The tariffs. Save your login info. Why you ain't save it?
Because I do it all the time. It still doesn't do anything.
Something's up, huh?
That's the Ayo? Oh. What they were saying about Zion, man, my South Carolina brethren. Let's do the Ayo, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
crazy.
My man, wow,
That was crazy. What's homie name? I forgot dude's name.
Brooks.
Dylan Brooks.
Nah.
God damn.
Bomb.
That's Drilling Brooks.
Really was
Drilling Brooks. Drilling Brooks. God damn.
Boom.
God damn.
Nah, he feeling his balls,
He put that
bro.
shit on him.
He really did.
He put that
really
shit
did.
on him.
Yeah.
What the helly?
LeBron lost control.
What the helly is that? That's crazy. That's the kind of video your wife shows you and like, yo, you want to tell me something?
Yeah. Where was this?
What in the
She did it. Taylor Gang did it.
That is crazy.
Nah, but if you watch Dylan Brooks play, he's always hung his hat on D. So this is his. This is right up his alley, man. This is how he built his record.
Nah.
Bron can't even say it. Bron can't even be like, yo, man.
Bron spin
He
wasn't
spun out.
even. Yeah,
he spun out. He's like, I want nothing to do with this. Get me out the post. Get me out the post.
Spinning out of the D is crazy.
Yeah.
That's a prison move. You got to spin out the dick.
Prison ball.
But the problem is when you spin out the dick in prison, there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was crazy. There was no, by the way, Dylan Brooks, there was no need for that. That was just so over dramatic.
That was crazy.
Man, we need to play Uncle Luke to that shit. Doom da doom da doom doom da doom. Big booty hoes. That shit is crazy,
insane, bro.
Damn, Bron. It's time for Bron to
Gotta
retire.
call foul. Like the ref gotta call a foul, bro. You saw that.
That's a me too,
That
bro.
first thrust is insanity. That's insanity.
What is by the way, what is the point of this?
With that first
Yeah.
one, he was, yeah.
That's not a basketball move.
No, you do it with your chest.
Yeah.
When someone's in a post, you use your chest.
God damn.
That first, look at this first thrust. Boom! No way! That was, I think he split the cheeks.
Yeah.
Bun! You see that, right? That's hot dog in a bun.
That's nasty.
That's crazy.
Dylan, that is nasty.
That's flagrant. You gotta get a flagrant for that.
Yo.
That's a chopped cheek sandwich, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What else we got, Taylor?
Nah, that's insane, man.
Here's this person.
Yo.
Yo, what was this, man?
Yo.
Yo, you just want to play the Gayle King drop again. That's the First of all, that's AI. That is
Not
AI.
Allen Iverson.
What
That's
was
you in a wig.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
What is?
Yo.
What is this?
Yo.
I don't like this.
Yo.
That shit turning you on, huh? You over there getting
But
bricked
the
up.
gum smack is
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
that
What are you
like,
chewing?
He committed completely.
Because I was eating oatmeal.
Nah.
I got a whole
What you got
couple.
stuck between your teeth, fam?
I got a whole cup of oatmeal in my hand, man. This.
Nah, bro.
Lauren
This is right after the Drop It Low, too? Back to
The
back
Drop It
week.
Low was a couple of months ago.
Oh, okay.
Listen, man.
So it got out late.
It's Fraggle Maggotry 101.
Flag man.
Fraggle Maggotry 101. I look good, bro. Come on now. Look at them cheekbones.
Yo.
Look at the skin.
Yeah, you
glowing,
were really struggling
popping.
with your confidence.
Who over there bricked up? Who over there bricked up? Who want to play defense on me like Dylan Brooks right now? Who want me to post them in the paint right fucking now? Okay? What T.O. Vaughn said that one time. He said, if you put a wig on Charlamagne, some NBA player will fuck him.
Charlamagne, I think, kind of have a... He seemed like
a troll.
A little bit. He seemed like he have a kind of a womanly look. He's beautiful.
Yeah.
You think that? Dude, you tell me Charlamagne ain't fine, bro? Come on, dog. I think if he was in Japan or
a wig,
if he was you put him in a wig, dog, some basketball player's gonna fuck him.
You remember when Theo said that? That's what Theo said.
I remember when he said that.
Okay.
Yo, Theo's a genius.
He's fucking great.
Somebody, I did the podcast I did today. The guy asked me, "What's my top 5 favorite white podcast hosts?" Like,
what's the pod you did?
What's that shit called? The Manta Show?
Sure, I forgot the
name.
name.
Manta? He's the guy. I don't know if he pretended, but he pretends to be a white supremacist.
Oh, okay.
He's dressed like a school shooter. And he got the guy in there with security on and the shades. And the other white guys in there with a mask on.
Oh, Matan.
Matan!
Do you know that?
Yeah, he's
an Israeli kid.
But he said dressed like a school shooter and like hip-hop clothing didn't cross my mind at all.
Nope.
No.
Nope. We know the outfit.
Matan was dressed like a school
We know the outfit.
And it was funny because I didn't know what I was walking into.
How did you get booked for something like that?
They asked me to do it, and then somebody told me to do it. I think it might have been one of Donnell people's or somebody. And I was like, all right, fuck it.
The whole interview's a troll.
Yeah, you don't watch any of it. You just go.
I had no idea.
Blind.
I like that though.
Oh man,
because they had no idea who the fuck I am. They really must not know.
I gotta see how you
trolling.
Yeah,
this what we doing?
It was great. When do you realize?
Probably like 4 minutes. And when I first walked in, because I'm like, first of all, this shit look like a hostage situation.
Yeah.
You know how you see them videos where they about to behead somebody? I'm like, all right, this is some bullshit, first of all.
So when do you
and then I see the white dude with the mask and the shades on. Then I see how he's acting. Then I see the other dude standing there like security. And as soon as I sat down, I just kind of like figured it out.
So how do you flip it?
Just be me. I got to be myself.
What were you doing? How were you catching
all
it?
types of crazy
Tell
shit.
me.
I don't even, you got to watch
Tell. Now I really want to watch. Tell.
You just got to watch it. I don't know.
Give me a thing.
Because you're not going to make me uncomfortable with race jokes.
Oh, that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm from South Carolina.
At all. You know? And I finally caught somebody. I caught him with a Kenya.
What happened?
I caught him with a Kenya.
Yeah?
Yes.
Kenya Barris?
You know what a Kenya is, right? You don't know what a Kenya is? Oh, man.
Slam dunk.
Oh, you can do it like that?
No, you can't.
It don't work like that.
No, you can't.
It don't work like that. Because he was trying to say that all black people look alike.
Yeah.
So he was like, it's like you and academics and Barack Obama. And then he said something about Barack Obama being from Kenya. I was like, well, yeah, his father's from Kenya. And he was like, Kenya. And I said, Kenya, put my big black dick in your mouth.
Thank God you didn't hit me with that. Thank God.
They could have.
No, once he explained it, I was like, oh,
This is the first time in his adult life he's crossed somebody.
Ever. Yeah. That guy had no idea how much joy I had in that moment. That he had no idea how much joy I had. I was like, brilliant idiot listeners are going to watch this and be so proud of me. Nobody else is going to understand why I went so low and so juvenile. But brilliant idiot listeners are going to fucking get it.
Facts.
No, but he was, the shtick is funny, but like I told him, I said, there's no way you're getting more guests with this shtick, bro. People gotta know this is a shtick.
They keep going on.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard of him.
Yeah.
Why'd you go on?
I couldn't believe it, bro. Usually you ask me about certain pods.
I swear I didn't even think about it. Yeah, I do. I hit shows to be like, yo, you know such a pod. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, you should have hit me.
Because it didn't even, I don't know what the fuck I thought it was, but when I went there, you wouldn't have did it?
He asked. I was like, nah.
You didn't want to do it?
I just don't, it's like, for what? Like, I'm gonna go on so you control me? Like, what is the win? I guess you get a viral moment where he asks you a question, you look crazy?
No, not me.
No,
How can
not
make
you.
me look crazy?
100%.
I'm saying you can't make me look crazy. I'm on there telling you ever had a cum stash? You want to play? We can play. I'm like, what's up? Let me bring get more.
Oh, you love
more. Oh, I
controversy,
loved it. I loved every single fucking moment.
He wasn't
of it.
familiar with
He had his security guard
wasn't
standing there.
familiar.
And he
He
did
wasn't.
some shit like this. I'm like, yo, why you jacking your security guard up, bro? Like, he was like, yo, this is getting a little weird. Oh, it is?
You broke control.
I'm like, oh, it's getting a little weird for you, huh?
We just getting started.
Nuts.
It was fun. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I enjoyed it. What else we got, Taylor Gang?
There's this one.
He out white boy humored a white boy.
Come on, man.
That's crazy.
Oh, no, look at that big girl.
Oh, yeah.
Gone wrong.
What's the protest for?
Oh, you ain't seen this? Oh, wow. This is... My man hand is strong.
That looked like North Carolina. Where the fuck is that at? Oh, shit. Yo, Trump really back in office. That dude just walked up to her and smacked the shit out of her.
Says, I am the weapon. Hold on.
What is the protest for, first of all?
Keep going. Because let's just watch it that one more time.
I don't know what she's saying.
Look at this old man coming to put her back in her place. Trump's back in office. Don't you motherfucking know? Get your fucking ass, sit your ass down somewhere, goddamn it.
Look at this first
The
comment.
fuck is wrong with you? You don't got no motherfucking home training?
Look at his first comment. Is it bad that I was expecting the crowd to go, woo?
Oh my God, man! What was that about though? What was the protest?
I don't know, but who brought that comfy ass chair to the protest?
Yeah.
Look at that lawn chair. The
Shit, somebody who knew that there was about to be a fight.
I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know what's funnier. I think for me, it's the pose afterwards.
Just staring at it.
Yo, he was like, yeah, I stuck the landing on that, didn't I?
Yeah, because he didn't just smack her; he had to smack her and tell her what she did wrong. That was like a granddaddy to daughter type of shit. Like,
But I'm gonna tell you, there's some men who probably want to do that and never will know what that feels like. They'll probably prefer this. Like, let's say your wife is being a fascist, and you just can't.
What if your wife calls you a fascist?
You just can't do. Why you laughing, Schulz? He just walk to the bathroom and fantasize real quick.
What if your wife called you a fascist after she tried to put a finger in your butt?
Yo, that's a really confusing one.
Bro, what is going on?
What's
Why is that? Yo, that be in your mind way
I thought we established what fascist means today.
No.
She tries to put the finger in your butt.
Yes.
You say no, then she calls you a fascist.
You know what I'm saying?
What is even
she does it
right there?
She lets you do it, then
vulnerable enough to let her do it, and then she calls you.
She calls you a fascist.
What type of fascistry is this?
That's crazy. No, that's whoa.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's whoa. Nah, your wife is insane. You got to call the weapon. Yeah. You got to call the weapon for that one, bro. You got to call the weapon.
Yes, and I want to salute the Rocket Money, man. Missing out on the show that everybody's talking about is not an option for me. I'm constantly signing up for this streaming service to that one. And then a few months after I realized I've still been paying for the service, long after I finished the show, I'm still getting paid. I'm still getting billed for it. So getting Rocket Money was a game changer for me. They'll find your unwanted subscriptions and even help you cancel them so you never have to worry about them slipping through the cracks. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money's dashboard gives you a clear view of your expenses across all your accounts. Easily create a personalized budget with custom categories to help keep your spending on track. See your monthly spending trends in each category to know exactly where your money is going. Get alerts if bills increase in price, there's unusual spending activity, or if you're close to going over budget. Pay off credit card debt, put away money for a house, and just build your savings. Rocket Money makes it easy. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/idiots today. That's rocketmoney.com/idiots, rocketmoney.com/idiots. All you Call of Duty players, listen up. Okay, Warzone fans, the wait is finally over. Birddanks is back. You heard that right. The iconic map we all know and love is returning to Call of Duty Warzone. Experience all the chaos and relive the thrill you've been missing. It's the return to the map that started it all with iconic POIs like Superstore, Hospital, Prison, and more. Whether you're an OG Call of Duty Warzone fan or are dropping in for the first time, Birddanks is ready to bring you to action. So gather your squad and get ready for intense battles, iconic landmarks, and heart-pumping moments that will keep you coming back for more. Experience new gameplay updates and the return of Birddanks era weaponry. This is the moment you've been waiting for, and it's going to be epic. Download Call of Duty Warzone for free and drop into Birddanks now. Go to www.callofduty.com/warzone/idiots. That's www.callofduty.com/warzone/idiots. Rated M for mature. What else we got, Taylor Gang?
He brought it from the shoulder.
Nah, that was a good. I mean, if we basing it off technique, that was like the pitch perfect slap.
Yeah,
Basing it off
he
technique.
didn't even think anything would happen to
Nothing.
him. You can tell by he didn't go, oh shoot, they about to grab me.
He felt justified.
But you can tell that's one of them old country, rural, handmade tales towns. So like that's on some like you stay in a woman's place. What you up here doing, yelling and screaming? That's what that was.
I think he thought it was a man.
The fact
because they're dressed the same, right? She's in like overalls.
That's what I was about to say. The fact that the person who was against the protest was in overalls and somebody who looked countryer than her came to slap her. I don't even know. That's why I need to know what the protest is about.
This shit do look like a Roseanne Barr Spider-Man meme.
I think that's a dude. I think he thought it was a dude.
He was like, man, this dude tripping.
Oh, points
God damn
at him.
I done told
He
your
walks
ass.
up.
What the fuck did I tell you, Jill? Jill! Jill, sit your stupid ass down, Jill.
He didn't even build up the confidence. You know, sometimes some people got to like stand in front of it and hype themselves up.
He took his time, bro.
Yeah.
Look how slow he walks up the steps.
Calmly.
Took a
I
breath.
told Jill if she came up here and did this shit again this week, I was gonna smack the shit out of her. I told Jill. Jill don't motherfucking listen. I mean, who let Jill out again? She ain't take her motherfucking.
Shout out to the company that made the glasses, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because they stayed on.
They stayed on. By the way, look at her face. He's done that to her millions of times. She knew that she had did something wrong, bro. Like she knew that he was coming to smack the shit out of her. Look how she don't even make a noise. She don't say, "What are you doing?" She just stands there like, "Let me brace for impact."
My favorite person is the person afterwards who wanted her to get slapped but have to act like they didn't want that to happen. No, that was really bad what happened. That is unacceptable, guys. I wouldn't have been able to do it without laughing.
Yo. No, that dude missed the whole slap. The dude bent down to grab the napkin. Watch this. Watch this. This is kind of wild, poor guy.
I want to know what the fuck they're protesting. I see a sign that says "Save Democracy." What does that sign say in the back that they holding up?
So it seems this was in Vancouver.
Restore foreign.
It was
Canada.
Vancouver?
Oh, wow.
It was an anti-Trump protest.
Watch this guy walk down, bend over, misses the slap, gets up, and says, "Get the fuck out of here." He didn't see the slap at all.
Ma'am, you're gonna have to
You're causing
leave.
a ruckus.
Yeah.
Why would they be having that in Canada?
They got plenty of reasons in Canada. Anti-Trump rally.
Yeah.
Do
Oh,
they?
because the 51st
he-
station. Yeah.
Well, he didn't hit them with the tariffs though.
Exactly.
Oh, he's just going to take the whole country over, according to him.
Not take it over, but just incorporate it.
Yeah, call it the North of America.
Exactly. Pull up.
I didn't even know that there was areas in Canada that look like this, so I can see why Trump would want it. Because this shit MAGA country like a
that's
motherfucker.
how I know you've only been to Toronto.
Toronto
because the rest of Canada
is Texas.
Yeah,
the rest of Canada is
rest
Texas.
of Canada.
Really?
I mean,
What?
Vancouver, no. It's like Montreal, Vancouver.
I've been to Montreal and Toronto.
And Toronto, no. But the rest, like you go to Alberta, it's oil country. This is Texas. Texas. They love Trump.
Yeah.
They're Republican as fuck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't fuck around in Canada. Drake been, I know it's a no-fly zone for me. I don't even risk that shit.
Why, you don't go out there?
Nah.
You think that they don't love you out there?
Yeah, I'm doing.
I'm sure they do, but
yeah, you gotta.
too many people with owls.
I didn't know they knew me. I'm gonna tell you what I love most about Canada. It's like you can be in a room full of black people and ain't none of them African American. So you just like, it changed my perspective. It made me see my blackness, my American blackness more. I didn't realize how American black my perspective was or my worldview was. And then I performed there and they were like, we don't get it. And I was like, oh, I thought because you look like me.
That you had the same experience.
Yeah, that your experience, because our country's touched, that you had somewhat of an idea.
Dude, I'm from Jamaica.
Yeah.
I'm from Ghana. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
The Black American experience is a unique experience.
It's a unique experience. They helped my comedy not to have such a narrow view.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't get that when you go to other cities? Like just even going to like a New York or...
Everybody watches the same TV now. So the only difference in, like, I'm about to do New York this weekend and then do
Gramercy
Cleveland.
Theater.
Yeah,
Let's
Gramercy
go.
Theater. And then I'm going to do Cleveland the next week. New York is really diverse, so you come for the diversity. You hope that you get all these pockets of people to get in one building so it'll give you an idea of how it's going to look whenever it goes out. But it's still very New York. And then you go to Cleveland to get the everyman. This is what... everything looks like around Cleveland in Ohio.
Yeah.
Right here. And you get the thing that Gayle said is not going to offend anybody in Cleveland.
Oh, no. Hell no.
Yeah, but you got to learn how to navigate that in New York. So that's the difference.
Yeah. This is
significantly more liberal.
Well, the moral of this video is you don't hit women, even if they look trans.
Yeah.
Taylor, what else we got?
We don't even know if that's a woman low key.
Well, he didn't ask what she identified as. You're being rude.
It is. There's a lot of Roseanne in her.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of Roseanne in her, bro?
I do see it. I do see a lot, but
like that was Dan slapping the shit out of Roseanne. This is
so. What do y'all think made her so confident that she wouldn't be slapped? Because she yelled at him and like kind of flexed.
Yeah.
Was it that
the crowd?
Was it the crowd?
Probably the crowd.
Was it he would never hit a woman? What was it?
No, I think it was
she
the
was
crowd.
wrong about whatever it was. But what was the thing that she thought was protected?
Look what she yelled at. She turns to the guy right here and goes,
and flexed on him.
"You not gonna hit me here, Jim. You're not gonna hit me in front of all these people."
You're right.
I am the weapon.
I am the weapon. God
This shit
damn,
gotta be
man.
staged, bro. Get out of here.
What else we got, Taylor Gang? What else we got, Taylor Gang?
That's really it, unless you want to see. What did you used to call Usher?
The domestic terrorist.
Yeah.
Oh, is that true that woman got divorced?
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Wow. About time somebody fucking stood on some business. What happened?
Well.
Is that I think I saw that story. The guy divorced his wife?
Yeah.
he ripped her up.
This
Shout out to him.
Oh, the woman who was begging him to kiss her?
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Good. You go to the fucking Usher concert and don't know how to fucking act. Usher don't care about you.
Man, I hate that. I hate that for her.
What?
These men are weak, man.
The husband claims the woman has never kissed him in public, and he was shocked that she could do that to a complete stranger.
Yeah, see.
Wait, she kisses him?
No, she was just like
She's
begging for it.
Yeah, like.
I think
Don't
the
get me
men of today are just weak. In this situation, the only thing that man had to do was just cheat on her. But to just leave her.
He might have been looking for a reason, though.
Yeah.
He might have already been looking for a
Leave
reason,
her is
right?
just so.
He really had a hall pass.
Yeah, like.
She started it.
She threw the
She
alley-oop.
started it. She
Like,
did start it.
Oh my God.
Why does he say that he kissed her in
I
public?
saw
but
the
didn't kiss?
Usher thing. I was so broken up about it that I went out.
I had to do something.
I had to do
I had
something.
to.
A 45-year-old man is filed for divorce after his wife mistakenly kissed American singer Usher during a live show in London. According to the heartbroken
Mistakenly?
husband, his wife has never kissed him in public, not even once, yet she gave that to a stranger in front of over 20,000 people. He said the pain cut deep. It felt like she respected a stranger more than me. Though the kiss may have been unplanned, it broke something in him. He describes it as one mistake too painful to forget. Nah, he wanted to divorce her.
Yeah, of course.
They haven't kissed in public one time?
Who gives a fuck?
Man,
I'm saying
people fantasize about famous people. And Usher has been a sex symbol for Lord knows how long.
Yeah.
And that woman would never thought in her wildest dreams that man would be in her face like that.
Yeah, she just got overwhelmed.
She actually sexually assaulted him. He shouldn't be divorcing her because she sexually assaulted
There
Usher.
you go.
That's the reason.
They didn't kiss. It wasn't consensual.
No.
She went for it. She didn't ask Usher's permission.
That's what I'm saying. This dude, man, these dudes are weak. I would have saw that. As soon as I saw that, I've been like, hell yeah.
I am the weapon.
I am the weapon. I wouldn't have, like, yeah, whatever happened. Oh, yeah, Teddy was on some other stuff, though.
Teddy Pendergrass kissing women in front of their partners' husbands at his concert.
And then told the dude, she got some lips, she's dangerous.
Somebody loves you back. So good, so good, so good. When somebody loves you back.
Woo, hot lips.
Men, what will you do if your woman does this in front of you? Ladies, will you try this at all? Well, and I mean this respectfully, Chris, you're from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Tell us some things about Teddy Pendergrass. He's great. But tell us a famous Teddy Pendergrass story. What comes to mind?
It might have been easy for him to go no further than this. I'll put it.
Have you heard anything, Ryan?
Wait a minute, he does
About
geometry?
Teddy?
Yes.
I just remember he was in a tragic car accident.
A tragic car accident. Why was he in a tragic car accident, Ryan?
Because he transitioned into a wheelchair after that.
Well, there's a lot of transitioning going on in that car, Ryan. Did you know that? It was all a transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in an accident. They transferred him to a hospital, and then he came back out, and he was never able to move without wheels again.
Let me ask ChatGPT.
Wait.
I don't even know what's going on.
What happened?
What?
Wait, what?
Oh, Teddy was literally telling them to sing his song, and after they would sing a little bit of it, he would kiss them right on the lips, right in front of their men.
No. That's that's the clip. But are you? What are we saying about Teddy Pendergrass?
His passenger.
Was.
Okay, this is a history lesson, guys. On March 18th, 1982, renowned soul singer Teddy Pendergrass was involved in a serious car accident in the East Falls section of Philadelphia. While driving his Rolls-Royce Silver Spirit, Pendergrass lost control of the vehicle, which collided with a guardrail, crossed into the oncoming lane, and struck two trees. The impact left him trapped in the wreckage for nearly an hour, resulting in a spinal cord injury that paralyzed him from the chest down. At the time of the accident, Pendergrass was accompanied by Tanika Watson, a transgender nightclub performer.
What?
Watson sustained minor injuries and was able to walk away from the scene. In a 2014 interview, she recounted that the car began accelerating uncontrollably before the crash, leading her to believe there was a mechanical issue. So,
let me ask you a question.
Too many stick shifts in.
Why is it that there isn't enough conversation about the CIA psyop? I don't even know if it's a psyop, but attack on successful black entertainers. That every time a black entertainer reaches a certain level of success, they sick a on them. How often have we seen this happen? Happen at the height of his fame.
Happened to
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
All right.
I don't remember.
Look it up.
Google.
I don't want to Google that one.
Listen, I'm not agreeing. I'm the nerd in me want to know if that's a thing.
Well, the hopefully not racist in me wants to know that it's not a thing.
Yeah.
All I'm simply saying is,
He just want. Man, you can't even.
I'm looking at it right now.
if Teddy kissed a woman at his concert, there's a reason to be mad at your woman for kissing Teddy.
I can't even imagine. I've broke up with women for less.
Damn.
Significantly, like talking to a nigga too long.
What you mean?
Yo.
What?
Are you
Look
one
at
of
her
them,
face,
Ryan?
look at her
You one of them
face.
guys that get mad when your girl laugh at somebody else?
No, fuck no.
Oh.
No, I'm the type of, like, this is the thing with me. I'm like.
I was wrong about that.
I know you was. I was like, what the fuck?
That's why I told you to look it up. It's not a thing, dog.
I never heard that one.
It's not a thing. Trust me, because you can't ever beat that allegation. It's on you forever.
Yeah.
It's on you.
Who else did it happen to?
Huh? I don't even want to talk about this.
Great black men, they sick a on them.
It's always cars, though.
It is always cruising. They're cruising and driving, and then they pull up and there's a trans. But I feel like there's another one I'm not thinking
And
of.
there's the police always is just.
And they're ready to arrest you.
Yeah, always ready to pull them over.
Right?
I didn't even think about that until.
And it's not just. Who else was it? I'm trying to think. There was another person. Was it with a trans?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Richard talks about it though.
Okay, so it's with a trans. With a
You might be missing out.
Oh my God.
That's why I stay out of the HOV lane. I just gotta ride solo, bro. You can't risk it. My career depends on it, dog. Nah.
You don't think you might be missing something though?
Yeah,
Stay out of the HOV.
Maybe that's what makes you great, Ryan.
God.
Maybe that's what makes you great.
Yeah.
Maybe you and Schulz haven't gotten the last Infinity Stone.
That's what, bro. There's only one way to the top.
Well, I
It's by
tell
being
you
the
this.
bottom.
Yeah. I'm just gonna, wait till shows do it because I like to follow. I'm really good at following this blueprint.
That's the blueprint.
Why do we skip over? Why you break up with a girl for talking to a guy too long?
Nah, it's not talking to a guy too long. I'll give an example. Let's say we're in a club and she goes sit in another nigga's section. It's over. It's over.
I mean, that's pretty reasonable, right?
Well, what kind of girls you going for?
I gave you an example. She asked for an example. I gave her an example.
Yes.
Now you
That's not what
questioning the
happened?
women. No.
Oh, okay.
Like, hypothetically, if that happened, that would be a break-up-withable offense.
Offense.
Okay.
He was looking. I was like, no, not talking to him too long. Something along these lines.
By the way, the section conversation is very important because I think when you ask what type of woman it is, I just think it depends on what the woman is into. Because let's just say the woman is into like space and planets and shit. If Neil deGrasse got a section,
Yeah.
she going over to Neil deGrasse section.
How can she not? How can she pass up
that's
this
what I'm
opportunity?
Saying.
To know if the world is flat or
You know
not.
what I'm saying? She into politics. She into politics and, Pete Buttigieg over there in the section.
What if she invited you two over there?
She going, but you ain't concerned.
So my question would be, shoes on the other foot. Somebody's a really big fan of mine,
Okay.
and the girl just feels compelled to come to my section and sit and talk to me about comedy and all of this stuff. How long can me talking to her without acknowledging my girl, how long can that go?
Depends how many hee-hees.
What?
Depends how many hee-hees. If a girl hits...
Because this is my career. This is a fan of mine.
Yeah.
This is,
But it's one of those things like, oh, this is my, like, it shouldn't.
Why? This is my fan.
Yeah.
You my girl. You know this is a fan.
You know what's crazy?
You could be like, oh,
when
my
she
girl-
came up and said, I absolutely love you.
Yeah, my girl loves me too.
This
My
is
girl
crazy.
loves me too.
No, this is interesting. No. Listen.
How fast it made sense for her.
Yeah.
Whenever it was on
Wait for it.
foot.
Women, it's funny. Women don't think other women have genuine interests
That's not
when
true.
they're talking to you. Like if a girl's talking to us, they can't just love comedy.
That's not true.
That's sexist.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh, the only reason this girl's alive is to fuck me?
No, that's
I don't disagree with what Schulz is saying, but as a man, like, if a woman comes over, as soon as you introduce this woman to your girl,
Yeah.
it's cool.
How do you
You
introduce
can't do that with a guy.
How do you
Like
introduce them to your girl?
Like, it's
what
my
do you
wife.
say?
Yeah.
Oh, you say that?
Oh, yo, how are you? Yo, it's my wife.
We sitting beside each
What if they're really hot? Will you just say your wife's name and said?
And by the way, only women do that. Men don't do that.
Do what?
If a man walks up to you and just starts talking to your girl, he fucked her already. I'm telling you that right now.
that's
Because you're going to be
crazy.
sitting there like, who is that?
I
Yeah.
acknowledge
Who
the
was
man
that?
Yeah.
Even at meet and greets, the woman will walk up like, I'm a great fan.
I look at the dude. What's up, man?
What's up,
How you
homie?
doing, bro?
What up, bro?
Know what I'm saying? You
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Thank y'all for coming out
Yep.
to the show. I
I've been to
appreciate it.
Trav before. He felt offended.
Oh, tell me more. Travis gay.
So we're at the Kendrick Lamar concert. This is a couple years ago, and this guy comes up to me. He was nice looking, and he just came. He's like,
He was
Taylor.
what?
Nice
He was
looking.
nice looking. He was like, oh, you're Taylor. Like, what's up? How are you? Trav's right behind me. He didn't acknowledge Trav at all until after I'm like, yeah, that's like nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. And then he's just like, oh, okay, my bad, bro. What's up? Or something like right after the
Trav, you look
interaction.
gay.
But he was like, I could have been your man. Like, why did he not acknowledge me or nothing?
Because you look gay, Trav.
I don't think so.
All right. All right, Trav. That's what happens when you start being verse. You still look like a man when you a top. When you start being verse and being a bottom, you know what I'm
Mind you,
saying?
this guy came out, he was more muscular and everything else too, so no offense to you, Trav, but he probably wasn't
intimidated.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you that's disrespect. If a man walks up to your girl and just starts talking to her like it's nothing, don't acknowledge you, and she don't even introduce you.
What if I'm holding my girl's hand? Do I have to introduce?
Yes. Why?
See, ain't it obvious we together? This is my.
I just think
Why do you not feel compelled to?
I'm not. I'm just talking to a person who said that.
And
Why
she
is
was just
talking
like-
to somebody too long the issue?
Well, what's too long?
See now, why do you have a question there, but you can see fault in this other situation? Is what I can't wrap my mind around.
I don't get it.
She don't even know she getting set up. She just keep answering the question. That's what I love the most about it. She just keeps walking right into it. I love it.
By the way, your pregnancy hair is amazing, Taylor.
Yeah, it's
phenomenal.
great.
You know,
I was like, you don't even need that China
Facts.
hair. That's
Word
what I thought
up.
when you brought
Oh, I
up the
got
tariff.
inches.
I was like, you don't even.
I got inches, but I'm talking about for protective styles.
You got what?
Inches.
That's crazy.
That's how you got pregnant.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Nothing.
Like,
Yo, we all got inches over here. Don't worry
that was
about
crazy. That was crazy.
Let's pay some bills, man.
Wait, if Taylor's got inches, do the CIA come to you directly to put you in somebody's car, or
That's the combo we need to have, yo.
I'm talking about hair. I'm not
that is
talking about nothing
wait a
else.
second.
God.
What would they even?
Damn.
What would they even call that program? Where's Gayle King when you need?
Project. Project. One of y'all say it. I ain't
Yo,
say
I'm
that
not
shit.
saying nothing. I think I'm disappointed in Gayle. I think
Shout out to Gayle, yo.
Free Gayle.
Gayle's 70 years old and about to go to space.
Yeah.
She don't give a fuck no more. Gayle, and Matteo is a comedian, number one. Number two, he is a homosexual man. Number three, he laughed. He liked it. He was like, Gayle, you are hilarious.
Yeah, he seemed to take it on.
Guys,
the
there
chin.
was no white women present during this joke.
Yo.
And they were the victims of the joke. And I actually think we should check in with them and see how they feel about it.
What type of Fraggle magazine?
Wait a minute. Wait, guys, there's no white woman present. I think what we need to do is check in with them and see how they feel. That's the most important thing with jokes. I'm making sure that those communities feel okay about it.
I don't know.
I agree, but I feel like you're being a real fascist right now. I think you're taking it a little far. I think you're taking it a little far.
I have to protect my white women, guys. I have to protect my white women.
Let's pay some bills, man. Shout out to, who's this, Taylor?
We need to zoom in.
Make it big? That would be a good movie, though. Just showing how the CIA sets people up with just scandals, period.
Bro.
Because it's literally all the same scandals.
The same playbook.
It's the same fucking playbook every goddamn time.
Too powerful.
Either that or we really missing out.
Listen.
What you mean?
Listen.
We really missed it. I'm gonna get the double meat next time. All right, let's stop and pay some bills, man. Salute to Factor. Make this your best season yet with nutritious 2-minute meals from Factor. Eating well has never been this easy. Just heat up and enjoy, giving you more time to do what you want. Get outside instead of prepping and cooking indoors. Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat. Perfect for any active lifestyle. With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit your goals. Choose from Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. Factor powers your day with satisfying breakfast, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. It's easy to savor more this spring. Factor meals packing the flavor with none of the fuss. Get started at factormeals.com/idiot50off and use code idiot50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code idiot50off at factormeals.com/idiots50off for 50% off plus free shipping. Church announcements, what we got, Schultzy?
I want you all to go check out Ryan's special. That's my church announcement, okay? You can get it at his Patreon. His Patreon is
It's Ryan Davis.
Ryan Davis.
Ryan Davis.
Patreon.com/Ryan Davis. Go check it out. You can buy it on the Patreon. So Patreon has this thing where you don't have to subscribe to his Patreon. You can buy it through Moment, which is the same platform that I use. Patreon actually bought Moment House and incorporated it. So you don't have to subscribe to his Patreon. You can just buy it as a one-off. And then after that, if you love his stuff so much, you should definitely subscribe to his Patreon. But I don't want you guys to be concerned like, oh, I got to get roped into this monthly thing. You don't. You can buy it right there, one-time thing, and then support. So that's
called underrated.
It's great.
Underrated.
So that's not the special you're doing this weekend at the Gramercy.
No. I'm not recording at the Gramercy. What I'm doing is because
he's saying material-wise.
I think material-wise, I think it's ready to go, but I got to see. I got to run it by New York.
There we go. There we go.
What it is because
that's a big spot to do some new material.
Nah, it's not. I'm touring the material. I think it's ready to go. It's
Got
not
you.
it's not the first time I'm doing it, but New York can tell me what I need to know as far as this one. There's a lot of material about a particular just a particular subject that I believe it'll be
What's the subject, if you don't mind sharing? Or you don't want to share yet?
just like Gayle King. And,
okay. I like that.
And I think that New York is a space that you have so many different walks of life, and people are vocal about their opinions. So if you're doing it right or doing it wrong, if you do it right, you'll know. If you're doing it wrong, they'll let you know. If you use the wrong words or if you could have worded it better or how you critique it, they'll let you know. And I'm always open to that. One of my bits that did very well, me talking about my son being nonverbal. Whenever we thought he was on the spectrum, I used the word normal when I first wrote that joke. I was like, the doctors came back and said he was normal. And somebody was like, don't say that he was normal. And that little bitty change made the joke so much more palatable for so many more.
So what do you say?
That they just said that he wasn't on the spectrum. That's all I had to say.
Oh, got you.
But that's the advantage of doing the material, like you said earlier, in all these different places. It just gets the slice gets that much thinner. And you just execute the joke so much better.
Yeah.
It's also the tougher thing, like when you're performing for your audiences, as the more popular you get, the more often you do that. It makes it harder because those people know you and they know what you're trying to communicate.
Yes.
So it is, yes, it's a cool, I'm excited, man.
So can you say straight when somebody's gay?
Yeah, but you just can't call straight people normal.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Even though we are.
But when you say, because when you say somebody's straight,
it suggests that other people aren't normal for
they're
not
crooked.
being straight.
You're saying, if you're saying this person's straight, then you're crooked.
Yeah, they are crooked. They are crooked.
That's the opposite of straight, right? The opposite of straight is crooked.
Yeah.
So for me, that's always the thing when people.
Sorry.
Fail. My bad. I don't know.
Alex just wants to touch you, bro. He wants to make sure you're not a little crooked.
Mm-hmm. Nice nails, Alex. Whenever
good way to acknowledge his fragile maggotry. He's on the spectrum, by the way. He's on the gay spectrum. He is.
So for me, I don't mind criticism of my jokes in that way if it helps me do the joke better.
Yeah.
But to insinuate that I mean something like...
Yeah, that's where it's unfair.
Yeah, that I'm mean-spirited.
I hate that.
Give me the opportunity to correct it.
Yeah.
Because I may not have known that I'm fine-tuning something.
And also,
they're not just trying to correct you though. They're trying to dunk on you. And
exactly.
Score
They're trying to get their clicks. It's not about helping you.
Yeah.
It's not even about helping you or helping your kid. That's a fucked up thing.
Yeah.
They're using you so that their community can be like, oh wow, look how precious we are.
Exactly. So when I say I'm open to criticism, just understand it's like, oh, if you had done it this way, I probably would have, give me that criticism so I can go back and, because I'm not going to not do the joke. So you could either help me do the joke to where it's more palatable for you, or I'll just accept the fact that you hate it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. And you can live with them hating it.
I can live with you hating it.
But if they got something that makes it better, it's like, yeah, sure, let's run with that.
Yeah, but that don't make it better. Like making it better to me is adding funny to it.
No, but what I realized is it didn't take away from the funny just to change one word.
Yeah.
And whenever Actually, it was the month and the day of for
Gay Pride?
No. For people on the spectrum.
Oh, damn, I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And I released the clip like on that day, and there were so many parents who were appreciative of that bit.
Yeah.
And to think I could have posted that exact same bit with one word in it.
That would have turned them off.
And it would have turned all of them off. I may have like 50,000 more fans just because I took that one word out.
That's dope. That's a great story too.
Yeah, and you know, I think sometimes because they forget that we're sensitive about our art and that we're passionate about our art, that we lack empathy.
Yeah.
And we don't. It's just, you know, be respectful.
Well, what if you have what if at one of your next shows a lot of nonverbal people come out and you up there thinking you bombing, but you don't know that they just can't make no noise?
Yeah. Nah, that wouldn't bother me. That wouldn't bother me. I just think they didn't get it. I convinced myself I'm not one of these people who bomb and feel it at the time. I'd be like, oh, they don't get it.
But then after the show, they pass you a note. But then they pass you a note after the show.
About how amazing it was.
Yeah.
I'd probably write on there, I could tell. And nah, man. I think comedy brings so much joy to so many people.
That's the point. That's why I hate fun killers.
Yeah.
Let the comedians cook.
Yeah.
If they fuck up a recipe, that's on them. Let us decide.
Also,
I wanted to be decided by just what's funny and what's not funny.
Yeah.
Now, Schulz, I saw you say something on the pivot that I agree with. If you do offend somebody, I know that's not your intention.
Yeah.
So if somebody comes to you and says, hey, you said this to me, it hurt my feelings, I don't know how much you should adjust for that one person, but just acknowledging that one person may represent some other people is cool.
Yeah, and
but I
also-
don't want you to stop being funny.
Exactly. Like, you're allowed to get hurt.
Yeah.
A lot of times comics act like the audience aren't allowed to feel whatever they feel. Like, you're allowed to feel whatever the fuck you feel. I can't control your feelings. I want you to know that my intention is to make you laugh, but if you don't laugh, that's okay too. And if it's just me and you, I'm not going to keep saying that thing that hurts your feelings in a room.
Yeah.
Like, that's a psycho, but I'm not going to stop doing the joke elsewhere.
But that's when it's the most fun.
Well, it depends.
Amongst friends, though.
If they want to stay in the room.
Yeah, so this is the thing. People got to understand everything that you hear, you're going to filter through your trauma and your experience. And that's fine. However that makes you feel is completely understandable. But then try to make it seem like you know my intent.
That's where things get annoying.
That's where we're like, I was like, you're not me. You don't know what I was thinking or feeling whenever I said this.
I hate this
Just
shit.
say that through your experience, this came off as insensitive
That's
to you.
it.
And that's fine.
Don't tell me you know what I meant.
Yeah.
That's
How the fuck you gonna tell me what I
Bro,
meant?
that's my favorite thing when they're like, they're actually using jokes to be racist. You know how hard it is to be a comedian?
Yeah.
You think I've worked 20 years to
It's
be
easy
racist?
to just be racist.
I would think they'd be racist, but the easiest shit in the world. The dumbest people on the planet racist. You think I spent 2 decades trying to figure out how to be racist good?
And the funny part is, like it would be that, you know how much harder it is to find your tribe through comedy? Racism, you know exactly where that
Right
group
there.
is.
That's right.
Right
Yeah,
there. So I did this whole thing to have the most diverse fucking audience in comedy. But this is life's a Rorschach test, man. Whatever people already feel, they're just gonna see it on you. And you just need to accept that shit.
Church announcements for me. 3rd annual Black Effect Podcast Festival happening Saturday, April
Let's
26th in Atlanta, Georgia at Pullman Yards. Some of your favorite podcasts going to be on that stage. Trap Nerds Podcast going to be there for all the gamers. Good Moms, Bad Choices Podcast is going to be there. Tank and Jay Valentine will be doing their R&B Money Podcast. Carrie Champion will be doing her Naked Podcast. Sarah Jakes Roberts will be on stage for the Woman Evolve Podcast. We got panels about the business of podcasting. Nissan will be there with the Pitch Your Podcast activation. So pull up, man. Saturday, April 26th, Pullman Yards, Atlanta, Georgia. You can go to blackeffect.com/podcast festival to get your tickets. It's just for anybody who loves the culture of podcasting. If you want to know more about the business of podcasting, it's a great place to network and be, man. So thank you to everybody that's already bought tickets. The Black Effect VIP experience is already sold out. So go get the general admission tickets. And students, student tickets the student tickets get a discount. So we'll see y'all Saturday, April 26th. And I want to tell y'all, salute to the icon living, the GOAT, Don Staley. You know, the University of South Carolina, we didn't pull it off last weekend against UConn, but Don Staley's book is coming out May 20th. It is called Uncommon Favor. This is a proof of the book that I have. You know, it's coming out on my book imprint, Black Privilege Publishing. But if you want to know how Don Staley became the icon that she currently is, go get Uncommon Favor May 20th, and it's available for pre-order now. The subtitle is Basketball, North Philly, My Mother, and the Life Lessons I Learned from All Three. So salute to the icon living, Don Staley. Now, what else we got, Taylor Gang?
My computer just died. So.
Yo, your computer just died. That shit is $20,000 now because of Trump's tariffs that are 125%. All jokes aside, you know what I do wonder about this, though? You remember when COVID was causing people to be on like hating Chinese people, hating Asian people shit? Do you think this is going to cause that?
The answer is yes.
Yeah. I do feel like I thought about you the other day, Chris. I didn't want to worry you because, you know, you got mopeds and shit to be worried about. But I was thinking about that because it feels like there's a line being drawn in the sand and he's pointing the finger at them and making them seem like this is the enemy. The way we should be looking at it is business. We should be looking at this as a business deal, not something that everybody should be ready to go to war over.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And obviously we don't want Asians to be persecuted.
But this is the funny part. It makes me laugh at how dumb people can be. So because we having an issue, our country, you know, is having an issue with the Chinese government about tariffs, which we don't have any say in.
But it impacts us, though.
Yes, and Chinese and Chinese people, Chinese American and the Chinese people have no say. They have no say in any of this. For you to see that, your goods go up and you go, I'm going to punch somebody Chinese in the street as if they have something to do with it.
I agree with you 100%.
You have to be a complete nincompoop.
Go tell your man.
But I agree.
Yeah.
Go tell your man, stop the tariffs.
I agree with everything Ryan just said, but we just talked about it, right? Projecting.
Yeah.
So you're just mad, and you got to be mad at somebody.
Yep.
So all you know is China, this person's Chinese.
That's bad.
I'm a project.
Yeah.
Not even Chinese most of the time.
Right. Why they can tell the difference at the time.
Yeah.
No, that's fucked up. And then it's like it's harder for us to make jokes about them because then people take it serious, and then we're the real victims. That's I think what really happened. Because we had a good 6 months of just great jokes, you know. And now I feel like it's coming to a halt because this little tariff issue. What they need to do is pay them tariffs so we can get back to these jokes.
And it's fucked up because you don't know if like now Chris is getting hit by the moped because he can't see or because he's jaywalking or people really targeting him now. You know what I'm saying? This shit is fucked up, Chris.
No, that is fucked up, Chris.
Can't you invite any type of actual Asian on the show just to...
Chris, you know them all.
Wait a second.
Why is it up to us to find the Asian?
Wait a second. You're really not Asian?
Ryan, look at him.
It's the people.
No.
Ryan, come on.
He's Asian.
Look at him.
He's fucking Asian.
He said, "Go get a real one." I was like, "Are you not? Are you not a real Asian?"
You're Asian, bro. You're Asian.
Yo, what's the cost of getting an Asian on the show nowadays, Chris? The tariff.
Too expensive.
Are you doing a Dominican me no black? Like you're a certain type of Asian, but you don't identify.
He's a Jewish Asian.
Oh, okay. So I was wondering. I was like, "What is that?" I'm looking dead at you. That's an Asian man. what is happening?
Try, you're right. I don't know why.
So we have an Asian on the pod every single day. We've never not had an Asian on the pod.
Happy to be here.
We know.
Yeah.
So you think you should get somebody with more Asian in them, Chris?
Just a touch.
Okay, who do you think? Who would be a good person to explain this? Because I saw you had somebody on there. He had an Asian name, but he's not Asian.
Nah.
Shaman?
Chamath. Pineapple, porta potty, platypus.
What about your guy from Daily Show, Ronnie?
I don't know if Ronnie, I don't know.
Oh, I love Ronnie.
I like Ronnie too. I don't know if Ronnie wants to be the representative of all Asians. Yeah.
Not all.
Doing a pretty good job.
Wasn't someone running and he was Asian?
Oh, yeah. Ronnie. Ronnie was running that day.
Oh, that was his name?
No.
Ronnie was running?
He said running for mayor. I said, yeah, Ronnie.
Oh, Andrew. You're talking about Andrew Yang. Yeah. Andrew would be a good person. Now, Andrew would be a perfect person to explain what's going on.
Thank you.
And why you have him on flagrant?
I invited him on when he was running for mayor. He didn't come on. I told him if you don't come on, you'll lose.
Damn. All right, well, what else we got, Taylor?
Damn. That was so crazy. He said it so matter-of-factly, too.
You know who
Drake?
came on?
You shout
Mayor
out to
Adams
Drake.
came on.
Who?
Mayor Adams came on. That's how you know he's going to win.
That was good. I don't know if he's going to win, though.
Come on, y'all going to vote for that guy who got accused of sexual harassment and then step down? Or are you going to vote for
Which
the guy?
politician is that?
I'm just saying, or you going to vote for the guy that got accused of all the corruption and then stood tall, 10 toes down.
I heard Mayor Adams say that on Flagrant, and he didn't say it quite like that, but he said that did make me think, like, yo, what you running for? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you
step down, you got the accusation, step down, and now you want to run again. Why'd you step down in the first place? If someone else makes an accusation, you're going to step down again. I bet you Chris probably supports him.
I'm not gonna lie though. I saw Governor Hochul
I
speak.
support Brad Lander.
Who?
Brad Lander.
Brad Lander. Who is that?
From Brooklyn.
Okay.
I respect that.
Thank you.
What's her name? What's his name?
Brad
Lander.
Brad Lander.
Brad Lander. Let me look that up. I know who I'm voting for.
A lot of pub right now.
What about Zohan?
No, but they asked someone connected to his camp wants to come on Breakfast Club, so I gotta send you that.
Oh yeah.
I don't know much about.
What's
that
his
candidate.
name?
Zohan.
No, I'm gonna tell you who I'm voting for. Right?
Who you voting for?
Corinne Fisher for mayor of New York City.
Shout out Corinne Fisher. I'm voting for Mayor Adams, but I support you 100%, and I agree with you. New York
Don't
needs
you
more
think
environment.
a citizen should run, not a politician?
Listen, I love Corinne.
Wouldn't you rather have a citizen of New York City?
Bro, it sounds like a joke, but she's dead serious about this
Every
shit.
time I've heard Corinne talk about running for mayor, I'm like, oh, she's not really doing this as a joke.
No, she's dead serious about it. Actually, I might vote for Corinne, yo. If Mayor Adams doesn't bring 11 from Miami to New York City, then I don't know. You got, the clock is ticking.
Bro, listen to this. I listened to this yesterday.
He really said that too.
This is Corinne Fisher yesterday. Listen.
I'm sick of the status quo. I think
She said she's running for mayor of New York because she's sick of the status quo. Listen.
because I am sick of the status quo. I think we continually have politicians who are elected who make big promises, and then when it comes time to actually implement certain policies that they promise us to get our votes, they don't do it. I think this is really evident right now. Climate change and environmental justice are two really pressing issues that they're facing. In fact, I would say that environmentalism and environmental issues is the number one thing that I get asked about when I'm campaigning, specifically by Gen Z. And so I'm rather disappointed that so many of the flasher meetings in this race aren't here today. I think it really speaks to what they care about. I think they're fine asking for your vote, but when push comes to shove, they're only going to go to areas where they guarantee a vote or where they guarantee a donation. And that's not acceptable. So I'm going to give a round of applause to everyone who made it up here today.
Telling you, Corinne for mayor.
Yo, Corinne might got it, man.
I'm all for voting for idealistic people because I like for them to get in. They're like, oh, you make all these promises and then we get in and you don't do it. And then they get in and realize, oh, it isn't what I thought it was either.
I'm with that. But why not but I know that they'll try.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm all for doing because at least
you need some hope. You need some goodwill.
There you go.
You can't have this disillusioned, career politician come in.
I don't like career politicians.
Why do you think Trump won in 2016?
Exactly.
And then spun the block 4 years later. Now let's do some Asking Idiots, Taylor gang. Okay, for Lauren_Davies has a question for you, Ryan.
Okay.
Why he look like Tracy Morgan?
I don't. So I don't know why I look like Tracy Morgan to people. Tracy Morgan doesn't always look like Tracy Morgan, so I don't have an answer for that.
Have you ever gotten that before?
Probably. I'm not a big, me and Tracy Morgan, I'm not a big Tracy Morgan guy.
Really?
Yeah.
You had a little run-in or something?
Nah, I was in his green room one time. And somebody was like, one of his opening acts were like, Ryan, do you want to take a picture with Tracy? And he was like, of course he does. He been puppy dogging me all night. I'm the reason he do comedy. I was like, wow, you really jumped out there. I don't think anybody's ever seen my comedy and went, Tracy Morgan. I can see the influence. And I, like it turned me off so bad.
Did you take the picture though?
Of course not. Of course not.
Puppy dogging me is wild.
Yeah, puppy dogging me is crazy.
Wild
Puppy
thing to
dogging
say.
me. You following me around.
That's actually a compliment to your eyes, though.
Yeah.
He's saying you got puppy dog eyes.
Yeah, like
he might have just called. He should have just said you were dreamy.
So I was like, man, that's. I've never had anybody tell me they were my biggest influence before. Like, I just wasn't ready for that. I didn't know how to respond to that,
I'm your biggest influence.
Yeah, he said, I'm the reason you do comedy.
Wow.
Ricky says, does he have ADHD? And if so, how does he deal with it?
I got a lot of stuff going on.
I feel like you're the least ADHD person.
Of the group?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I
You're
didn't pick
so
up on
calm
that.
and locked in. Like,
I think they watching like some of my mannerisms.
It's just
and
a
stuff
picture.
Like that. Oh, so I don't know. Yeah,
it's not even from alive.
Boomerang I made.
Oh, yeah.
So he looks. You put the ADHD filter on it or something? What the fuck are you talking about, Taylor?
Next question, Taylor.
What else we got, Taylor? Troy TBS says, what is one major personal goal that you still want to accomplish in life? Ooh, that's a good one.
Go for it, Ryan.
The garden.
Yeah.
I think if the garden isn't on, because when you're talking about greatness, all-time greatness, it's the garden.
Yeah.
Except for
Like,
the Knicks.
I don't even want to, this is the funny part, I don't even want to do arenas.
It's just the garden.
Just the garden.
Yeah.
I'll do theaters everywhere else.
Yeah.
I'll do 8 shows at a theater, but
Amen.
in New York, I'll do the garden.
Was the garden everything you thought it was, Schulz?
Yeah. Yeah. And more.
Yeah,
It's just so like I was on such a high, man. It was incredible. But it's also like what we build it up to be. It's.
What's your major personal goal, Schulz? Because it's funny just watching people grow. Because I remember Schulz selling out Radio City, and that was such a big deal. Like, oh shit, Schulz sold out Radio City. But then I remember you saying, we taking it next.
Yeah.
And
he did it.
And he did it.
I remember
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
He did it.
So do you have another personal goal?
Career-wise or just life? Personal is dad, man. I want to be a great dad. I know that sounds cliche, but that is the goal right now, 100%. So I haven't even started digging into like material and the next things I want to do. I have certain things career-wise that I want to do, but yeah, it's dad right now. That's 100% focus.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to do the garden first, and then I'm gonna focus on
your kids.
on my kids. Yeah.
That's smart. Yeah, that's the same thing.
You the blueprint.
Yeah, that's the same thing. It's just all about character. Like, being I want to grow and continue to be the most authentic version of myself possible. And you know how we always talk about the older you get, the less of a fuck you give.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh yeah.
I'm really, really looking forward to that. Michael_Cornet wants to know, Ryan, what is your take on mopeds in New York City?
I'm not a big New York City fan.
Because you're a Carolina guy.
We didn't need we need the whole city?
Yeah. If you're from where I'm from, then you get it. It's a lot here.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It can be overstimulating.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
I get it.
very overstimulating. So, like, I don't want mopeds anywhere. Much like so yeah, you know what I mean. I didn't even come in with this take, but I had a conversation with a Chinese homeboy of mine who works at this podcast. He was telling me, he was telling me about the dangers of mopeds, and since then I've been kind of on board.
I'm asking ChatGPT, will Chinese tariffs impact mopeds? Let's see what it says. Yes, recent U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports are significantly impacting mopeds, particularly electric models. In April 2025, the U.S. government increased tariffs on various Chinese goods, including electric scooters and mopeds, to rates as high as 89% to 104%. Oh, this Chris is behind this shit.
Oh, I've always had faith in my leader, Donald Trump. never doubted him.
Listen, man.
End the episode on that.
Listen. I want to shout out to Mel Robbins too, man. Make sure.
Yeah, I saw that.
I did Mel Robbins' podcast this week. Make sure you go check out Mel Robbins' podcast, man. Salute to Mel. She'll be on Breakfast Club this week too. She's been on Breakfast Club before, but she'll be there this week to talk about the Let Them theory. Ryan, thank you for joining us, brother.
Hey,
Thank you, bro.
Tell them where to follow you, man.
You can follow me on anything. It's Ryan Davis Comedy. Just
You know, Ryan Davis Comedy, Instagram, Ryan Davis Facebook. I think it's Ryan Davis. I think it might be Goat Ryan Davis on
Let's go.
On TikTok.
Talk
something
that
like
shit.
that. So, you know.
And make sure you go to Patreon, check out his special,
Yo,
Underrated.
go check out the special, Underrated, man.
Yeah, you will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed.
That's it. As always, I thought you had more, but you know I didn't.
Nah, because I mean,
You wanted to speak for itself.
I want it to speak for itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
As always, you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. But if you listen to this podcast and think we're just a couple idiots who don't know shit, you're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.